All right. We are live.
Hey,
hello,
hey.
hello, everybody.
Hey,
Hello, everybody. How we doing tonight? Let's get us push out some notifications.
Yeah. Send me a link also so I can push it out.
That's what I'm doing.
I have zero clout, but I'll push it out.
I mean, there's
Twitter. I'll go on Twitter.
There you go, boys. Ha! You think I got the C word? I don't have the C word.
Clout.
Clout.
All right. I did Nexus. I'm still on PlayDH. I wonder if they allow me to do this.
They don't.
No, they're not.
If they ban me, they ban me. Done. Moving on. I wonder if Reddit, Tim, you're a bit better reach with the Reddit people.
Maybe Facebook.
I'll get to Facebook.
I just tweeted it out.
We're friends with the Ractos people. I posted there. I will not post it in Spike Feeders. I'm not. I was posted in the Fish people.
You can go post. You can go post it in the Nexus.
Oh, you're gonna post the Nexus too?
I already posted the Nexus. I didn't put it in watching. I put it in general chat.
So I'm watching my camera and I just see like the blinks of like yellow coming up where it's like there's crazy lightning. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, posted in CDH Budget Brews.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna post it there. We're good friends with the Grill people. I'll post it there.
Yep.
Spike Spell Seekers. I'm not great there. I'll post it in the Kenny Discord because we're boys with the mods.
Oh, I have zero friends everywhere except you guys.
I mean, you got friends.
I can go post and play with Power, but
yeah, there you go.
You got friends. I got friends in low places.
Kadama Discord. Even though it's not mine, I got powers.
You got powers?
CDH Games. Maybe I do it there. Tim, you should do that. You're good people with Bad Dog.
Oh yeah.
So you do CDH Games.
I will.
Commander Vault. Did we already hit that? We did not. Post it there. Tanks. Not posted in tanks.
There's only like 6 people in there.
Founders Club. Sure. And Tryhards. We're good people. We're good people. Tryhards.
Oh yeah. We're good peoples.
That's a CDH General. Even though I don't think it's CDH, but whatever.
We'll give everybody a few minutes, see if anybody actually shows up.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well, if anybody shows up for the giveaway.
Yeah, it's free shit.
It's free shit. Hey, there's a Wooded Foothills in this. I mean, we're giving away. What all we got here? This is actually a pretty good little.
All right. So,
That's a
did you
pretty
get
good little list of
Facebook too?
lands. Yeah, if you want to do Facebook, that'd be great. But yeah, like I mean, Wooded Foothills, a Sacred Foundry, a Sulphur's Falls, and then like a bunch of then there's like a few like $5-6 lands and you know some lower end stuff. But I mean, the Foothills and the Sacred Foundry
This is
are
not
nice.
gonna get approved on
Oh,
competitive.
oh, I'll fix that.
I mean,
I
it'll get
got it.
approved. It does take a while to get approved.
No, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry about. I'll take care of it. I'm doing it right now.
So, Sean, before we jump on in even further, let's have a discussion.
Okay. What's up?
Talk, if you will.
Sure.
Well, I've got my nice red wine here. I would like to know why you're not on Arbor Elf in Morrowind.
Yeah, Sean.
I don't think I'm on Utopia Sprawl either.
You're not. I took
You're
you.
on.
I agree on the Utopia Sprawl.
I'm just on Wild Growth.
You're on Ashaya.
That's an oversight. Good call, boss. Good call.
You're on Yavamaya, so you got lots of real good synergies.
I don't know. I just always never liked Arbor Elf. It's between Arbor Elf and Beryl Druid, and I think we're gonna swap those.
So we're brewing and we're giving decks away. That's what we're doing.
No, we're not giving decks. We're giving away
lands.
Giving
decks. Lands. Excuse me. Whoa. I love Exotic Orchard.
Reanimator.
All right. Now I need that thing that you posted in Budget Brews. Where's the thing you posted in Budget Brews? Announcements?
There we go. Got it. It's live. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's give everybody a few minutes to show up, and then we'll get moving along here. Oh, hey, how much? How's it going? Split second. We are doing our $500. Yep, we're giving away a Wooded Foothills plus more. You'll see on the screen here. Let me switch to a better interface. So we're doing our 500 subscriber on YouTube giveaway. So what we're doing is we're giving away these 22 lands to a lucky subscriber. Some of the marquee cards in this is a Wooded Foothills, a Sacred Foundry, and a Sulphur Falls. I will mail them out to anybody anywhere in the Kuiper Belt, as long as you're inside. Might take a while to get there, but I'll send it out. And so I have pulled up all of our subscribers here, and we're gonna put them in a random number generator, and then we're gonna to give it away. And it's pretty simple, and then we're gonna brew a Kerith deck after that. So if you guys are interested, stick around.
Give it away, give it away, give it away.
Give it away now. That's right.
So I just found these.
What did you just find?
Curious. These are different campaigns they're doing for sleeves. Have you seen these sleeves before?
No.
And if you look at them, they're pretty badass.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We're just giving everybody a few minutes to show up before we do the giveaway, and then we're going to brew a Kerith Reanimator list.
Did you get a chance to see how the mana symbol looks in the sleeves? They actually have sleeves for different lands. They're different frames.
What? Put these on screen. If people are...
I think they look pretty hot, personally.
Oh, those are
They're
pretty slick,
spice.
man. I like those. Okay, I think I need to crank her up a little bit. Yeah, that's right, boys.
I would jam with these.
Eat. Spag Sheet is right. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Josh? Doing some giveaways. We're going to give away some lands here in a minute. Just waiting to make sure everybody gets a chance to trickle in who's interested before we do it. And then we're going to brew up a budgetless Kerith Reanimator list. Because Sean and Richie. Hey, Scooter. How you doing?
Hey, Scooter.
How you doing tonight? Scooter!
The Ludus Scootus.
Is Alutas de Scutas.
Share,
$500.
Share it, guys, so we can get more people. Shell it.
Help us shell.
Maybe
We're doing good.
Maybe we can have that. Maybe we can have a $500 budget brew deck with Looter about not winning the game and how to just stall the game out for $500. like having friends around.
We made a $500 Teamer Dirtle, but I think it might need an update. See, sounds perfect.
Yeah,
sounds perfect. All right, so I think we've been about 10 minutes, giving everybody a chance that's interested in showing.
Let it flow in. Let it flow in.
Let it trickle in a little more.
Let it trickle in a little more.
All right.
Let's have our viewers spread the word.
Yeah. Everybody doing good tonight?
Yeah.
I know Scooter said she just had dinner.
Oh, what did you have for dinner? My wife is currently cooking something with potatoes.
No, you don't have to be present to win. We will notify you via YouTube. And work out further details from there.
But you should stick around.
But we are going to brew a Kerith Reanimator list. Ooh, you made jambalaya? Nice.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Was it a spicy jambalaya? Or was it a...
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to say hot take. For some reason, Looter Scooter doesn't seem like she would be into spicy food. I could be wrong.
I bet you she is.
You think so? I think I'm going to go with the non-spicy. I'm going to go with the more base, strong flavored.
More of like a Creole style jambalaya versus... See? Told ya.
You're wrong, Richard.
Oh, I was wrong. I'll take a shot. Why?
Oh, every time you're wrong, Richie.
Every time you're wrong, oh God, you better get the Magnum. You better get the knuckle jug out, Richie.
Jeez.
Put it right up there with that $20 Jeweled Lotus you owe me.
It was almost 20 at one point. It was so close.
It was never. It was like 3 seconds, and it was one list.
Did you guys ever cash out that prize? Forgot about that.
No, I need to send him a Jeweled Lotus.
No, he doesn't. It was mostly just
not up, Richie. Not up.
I gotta send it to him.
Richie makes good money. Richie can't nut up on that.
No, it was mostly just so I could hate on him forever.
Well, I thought the deal was someone you write a note on a dollar bill and say someone was a bitch.
No, that was.
I will do that. I will do that.
I wrote. The deal was I would send him, or that he would send me a Jeweled Lotus, if I was right.
And if you, yeah.
And I would send him like a 20 or something that said that he was right.
Yeah, I'm like, it was something on the 20.
Yeah. You know, I'm not trying to have some big dick energy here, but
paprika, nice.
Oh, nice.
I only own 2 Jeweled Lotuses right now, and they're both full art foils.
Okay, yeah, that was 100% flex there, Richie. I'm sorry.
I mean,
that was big dick energy.
I got a full set of them.
I don't have a play set of them. I only own 2, and they're the full art foils.
Yeah, I don't have
they're ones I opened from packs. It wasn't like I bought them.
I have one that's foil. I don't know if it's full art or not, and then one not foil. But honestly, I don't even like foils. All right, we are up to 10 viewers. Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Huh? What's up to you?
Welcome to the Budgetlands giveaway for our YouTube subscribers. So I pulled our numbers for our public subscribers. We have a total of 279 people who subscribed and were public. So we are going to put that number into a random number generator, which we have here. That does not work. And I'm going to click this 4 times, okay? You guys ready?
The number is 4.
Yes.
Let's count it
1,
down. Let's count it down.
Ha
2,
ha 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 ha
3,
ha
4. 248 is the
Who's
winner.
our lucky winner?
240.
That would be Big Richie 2004.
No, it is not Big Richie 2004. 248 is DBP Electronico.
Alrighty.
I will message you on the YouTubes, and we will get out this prize to you ASAP.
Congrats to whatever your name is. DBP.
D B as in boy, P as in Paul, Electronico.
Alright, nice.
You are
nice,
the
nice.
winner. And
You
for
get
those
some
who want to
nice
stick,
budget lens.
yeah, you get a Wooded Foothills and a Sacred Foundry and a Sulphur Falls.
Speaking of which, you might need to start adding some more fetches to the budget.
You know, I swapped out the Wooded Foothills and the Windswept Heath for a Marsh Flats and an Arid Mesa.
Ooh.
Because they're
delicious.
currently the
Nice.
cheapest.
There you go.
How much is the Iron Mason now?
Like
24.
$25.
Yeah,
24.
they're
Nice.
both $24. So we had at them. So congratulations. All right, have a good night. Thanks for coming out. All right, so next up is we're gonna work on a Kerith Reanimator list. So this was the thing that Jamaican Dude and Mr. Big Richie 2004 wanted to work on. This will be a budgetless list. I went ahead and took the liberties of adding a few of the...
You fleshed out the mana base. And
I
the
fleshed out the
staples.
mana base and put a few staples in. I think these would be cards that would probably be run no matter what. Almost without exception.
We'll see. We'll see. You know, we'll see.
I don't
And,
think you're gonna
this
cut
is-
Dockside.
I don't think I can cut that pirate. That's one of the good goblin pirates.
That is one of the good pirates.
Real quick, this is a continuation, kind of exploring different strategies of the format that people don't really explore or tackle very often. We did a Shimmer CST list,
Which has been good.
with Mikey. Yeah, Mikey's been playing it over from the Founders Club. He's been rocking it. He said he's had some really good results. Doesn't play Quicken, but I'm not going to hold that against him. I don't think this deck will play Quicken either, but for those of you who watched our
Last
our
brew.
video, yeah, you saw Quicken. It was one of the things I pushed pretty hard. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Reanimator today.
You know what Quicken
And-
reminds me of? That girl you hooked up with last night at the bar.
Wow.
Quicken,
Okay.
Quicken reminds me of that limited edition drink that you get. That limited edition, like, soda flavor or whatever that only comes around once in every blue moon. But, like,
And it,
when
like,
it's
sat in
there
the
and it's
back of the
on
fridge too
point,
long.
it's good.
kind of got a little nasty.
No.
But then when you see it in the store again, you're like, ooh, and you get it because it's good.
And it makes Zerdex do amazing things, but
it does.
But
we got crop
either here nor
rotation
there
in CST.
So let's move along. Don't want to hop on this because we're going to be hopping on some other hills. Jamaican and I are going to be fighting on some other hills here tonight. I know that. We're going to look into Reanimator. And when I thought of Reanimator, I don't know about you guys, but Timmy, you and I, we've been playing forever. And the things that crossed my mind were some of the old reanimation strategies in Magic, which was put out dumb creatures, attack, close the game out. And then, the format's kind of slowly evolved where, Reanimator became less about like a 1-2, 1-2 card combo into this is the beginning pieces of the combo.
Right.
And I talked with Jamaican, and Jamaican, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't really want a combo with this deck, particularly. You want to just...
No, I don't really want a combo. If the combo comes around, yes, because it's Kenny and Infinite Mana wins. But, there's just to outvalue your opponents. I think there is some gameplay of this current build of the deck on the NSL. Season 1, I think. Yeah, okay. Season 1.
Yeah,
Got season 2.
Yeah.
So if you want to see this deck in action with the current build it was, you can go to the CDH Nexus to watch that. But it was fun. It's a really good deck. It has a lot of pivot line. It reminds me a lot of
Was this the 5-layer dip you guys made?
No,
this is not 5-layer deck. No. Richie's Hermit deck was 5-layer deck.
Okay.
Yeah. This was like Big Fatty Boom Booms or something like that.
I like them thick or something.
I like them fatties is the name of the deck. Gotcha.
Okay.
And it was a Jamaican brew, and there were things that were impressive about the deck to me, and there are things that aren't. And I want to start with the creatures, and what we're going to try to do with this deck, because we're going to try to value opponents. Mm-hmm. But I had a different idea at one point, Jamaican. I was in the shower thinking about this because it's where I do my best thinking, in the bathroom, apparently. And,
on the throne?
On the throne, yes. And I thought, why not play some Stax creatures in here instead?
Oh, that's my kryptonite.
Oh, we want to play Stax creatures? But
there's 3 I really like in here.
Yeah?
I like Void Winnower.
Oh.
Do you guys know what Void Winnower does?
Yeah, that's gonna tickle Harry's fancy. Yes, I know what Void does.
But... You should have scheduled higher for this one.
I know, I feel like it. Timmy, you know what Void Winnower does?
Uh-huh. I know what it does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, because... So, if you're going to put a creature into play, you might as well put something into play that, screws with the rest of the table. You can either try to get value from the rest of the table, and the other players are just screw, okay, you got that, I'm still going to try to go over the top of you. Or you could just be like, no. I have a 5/5 general and a giant boom boom I'm going to beat you down with.
Okay, so you want to go what? Well, creature?
I was thinking that this could be something we would look into.
Opponents can't cast even colored spells, including 0 drops, and they can't block with creatures of even CMC.
And he's a 9 drop. Right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, Richie, we're not going to start the argument on the first card. We're going to...
No, don't worry.
We're going to let this one slide.
I got another one for you. I got a favorite for you here.
All right.
I was thinking...
Well, so here's the good news is we can always just argue about the first card later.
Yeah.
Later.
And this is just, this is like a package, and we'll talk about some other reanimation avenues we can go down, but
Okay.
I wanted to look at these because I think that these really impact the table, and when they come into play, like, you're generally going to get another turn.
Okay.
You know, you're not going to just put a fatty into play and then game's over. You put a fatty into play, and you know the turbo deck or the blue black X deck, you know, just won with console. So this at least stops the console plan, which I like.
Right, I agree. Also stop the breach plan. All right. So far, you have me on board.
Is
Number 2?
Sundering Titan legal?
It's not. But you know what is? Sire of Insanity.
I am not playing that card. You can go somewhere with that card.
You know what makes Sire of Insanity good?
Yeah, because you play
not playing it.
Discard all the fatties. Or not playing it. I like that
and then you reanimate the fatties with Kerith?
No, Richie.
No,
I am not
you
playing
don't like
Sire.
No, how about Archon of Valor's Reach?
Archon of Valor's Reach was the third one I was going to bring up, and I think that this one, I feel like this one deserves a spot regardless, because this is just such a polarizing card that just warps whatever the table's going to do.
So we're just going to say Archon, name instant, and say, oh, the rest of the blue decks can't interact and be a blood pod deck? No.
But we got instants.
You can still interact, and they can't interact with you going off.
But I don't play blue like that. Okay.
No, what I'm saying is you can cast your tutors. You can still cast everything you want to do.
All right. I just want to get this out of the way. Are we going to actually put Razaketh and Villas in this thing or no?
So that's the avenue number 2. That's the combo avenue.
Are we just going
to... Am I on cats? I don't think I'm on cats.
No, I'm asking if in this we're going to put in Razaketh.
I mean, Villas, yes. I don't know, maybe cats, if we're just going to go for the Oracle package.
I mean, we can put Razaketh in here. If you want to put Razaketh in here, you can go for it. I feel like, you know, we're looking at a different deck then.
Right, that would be the different deck, correct. It would be I mean, I want the I win button, but I mean, I don't know if Razaketh is the I win button.
That's kind of why I wanted Archon, because you can reanimate Archon, and you're going to get the turn back to you.
Hold on. But before we get too deep into this, allow me to make a couple suggestions from a certain list that I brewed with a certain dog that is bad.
Which is Kalia? You want to Kalia suggestions? Okay.
A couple of suggestions from Kalia. So Runescar Demon might be good.
No bueno.
So Runescar. So I said
maybe.
I have some different package ideas, and I think Runescar Demon fits into those packages.
You think Runescar fits in the packages? Doom Whisper, I always wanted to try. I just don't know what Doom Whisper does. If it enables my graveyard, which is one of the upside because it surveils.
Yeah, so it's a 6/6 for 5, flying trample.
Yeah.
Can confirm top is quiet. Who is top? Big man. Oh, me. On the top. I need my mic turned up.
You probably don't need to be closer to your mic.
Oh, here.
Is
that better?
I don't know.
Is that better, everybody?
I mean, if it's big man, it's Richie.
Oh, Richie is quiet. Nope. Richie is
quiet. Can you guys hear me?
Here. I got him up now. Is that better?
Can you guys hear me?
I turned him up. You can let us know if that's better. But yeah, you were looking away also.
Bearded
dude.
Yeah, bearded dude. Thanks, King.
So I came up with a couple of different packages for avenues that we can look into.
Sure.
And this was one of them. This was the combo avenue where we can stitch together, you know, a combo line. And Doom Whisper was actually on my radar because Doom Whisper plays really well with Kerith in the sense that, and put your entire deck into your graveyard.
Well,
you
2
can
life
always
at a time.
No, you can gain life with Kerith
Well,
to
yeah.
negate.
Yeah, but you
That's-
got to have infinite mana to do that.
I mean, it's a lot of life you gain for 2. I think it's 5 life.
Hey, Richie, put your mic near you. Here, I can turn him up. Hold on.
Am I really that quiet?
I don't know. Richie's normally not that quiet.
Am I quiet to you guys?
You're not.
You were to me, but chat saying you're quiet.
Okay, how about now? I mean, I don't want to put it right in.
Hold on.
Turn the gain up. You know, the last thing I want to do is blow out everyone's ears. So
Yeah, no, I got you.
I like my eardrums too.
All right. Now talk, Richie.
Can you guys hear me? Are we good?
Yeah.
Better. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
All right. As long as chat is, can you hear him? Chat. Let's go with the mic check, Richie. Richie,
They say I'm better. They say I'm better. I'm good. I just you know, I'm gonna be a little bit quiet maybe. Overall, I can't really do much about that.
All right.
I
was gonna say I got him all the way up.
If I talk any louder, I'm gonna blow people's ears out. So, like this is, I think that Doom Whisper is really good. Doom Whisper allows you to put a lot of 1/2 card combos together.
Yeah.
Specifically with just hitting Dockside Extortionist to give you another reanimation effect.
Right.
I really like, if you want to go back to the Kalia deck, I actually really do like Runescar Demon. It's a demonic tutor, but it's a demonic tutor that scales. So you have a 5/5. If you're going to go into some sort of outlet where you might have that 7 mana 5/5 and you can do something with that 5/5 on top of it, like sack it for mana.
It's a 6/6, but yeah.
Or 6/6, yeah, excuse me. You know, you're good there. Like, and that's if you want to go the combo route. And it just, you know, really depends on if that's something that you want to do.
For chat, just to kind of, this is not gonna necessarily be a CDH deck. This is gonna be more of a high power deck. Ostensively, just so people don't, you know, make the obvious suggestions.
I don't know, like what. I'm not a fan of what you just said, but all right.
I mean,
I don't disagree that I think it's more toward the high power, but I don't think it's necessarily not CDH. I think it.
when I say it's not CDH, I mean it's not like we're not shooting to get this on the DB. This is more something we're wanting to just like play for fun. So
I mean,
it may or may not have Oracle in it. It may or may not have.
Sure. We
You know what I
might not
mean?
be playing the best cards, so the best cards. Okay.
Right. So
Sure.
so I mean, and with that in mind, like we just need to put that disclaimer out there before we get too far in. Just to, not
Fair
that we
enough.
won't take suggestions, but you know.
We're
So-
not playing the best cards for the best cards. So,
Right.
Okay.
So one thing I'd like to point out too is that Reanimator is not really a space that's been explored a whole lot outside of a couple of bug commanders, and you know,
Speaking of bug, what about Nezzy?
so the
do I have
value
Nezzy?
package.
Do I not have
Well,
Nezzy in here already?
Do you like Nezahal? Like, is that something
I mean,
you feel?
I'm a Nezahal fanatic. You know me.
I like Nezzy too.
I like Nezahal. I mean, I like. So here's like one of the things we have to consider if we're reanimating for value, which
Okay.
I don't hate doing. But if we're going to reanimate creatures for value and for card draw, we don't really want to have something like Razaketh, Nezahal, and another card draw creature. Because then we're all having our creatures kind of do the same thing. And we're just going to get the one that just does the thing the best. Which is,
Right,
we're going to get the one that draws the card the best. And like most of the time, it's going to be Villas to give you 8 cards, or it's going to be Nezahal on the grind.
Right. So you reanimate the best card for the current situation at the table. If you want to kill something and draw cards, you get Villas because it puts -1 counters on things. if you want to grind a mid-range game or a very fast stormy pod, you play Nezahal. It draws you more cards overall. I mean, I
I
think it's
like art.
always fun. It's a package. It's whatever package you need it to be. The toolbox deck.
So I like Nezahal. I don't hate it. It's also a discard outlet, which is relevant. It's very relevant
Right.
with Kerith.
Yeah.
It really is.
Right.
Well, and that's kind of one of the things. So we're exploring possible avenues, and then we'll settle on a list we like as we get a little bit closer to
Right.
to that end process. You know what I mean?
So
Okay. So we keep.
I have
keep
an-
interrupting. What's the package? You keep saying.
So I have another idea that I'd like to explore too. Two more ideas. Number one is, do we want a creature that kind of that removes stuff? You know, do we want a Terastodon in here?
No.
You don't want Terastodon. We don't need Terastodon. Okay.
We don't need T-Don because T-Don gives you.
We're not calling it that. We're calling it Terastodon. I'm not getting in the argument with you, Sean. You and I don't care.
You
I am not going to say it. I am not going to say it. I called it Terastodon. I called it
for this reason.
Oh man!
I called it I did not. I called it Terastodon. I said nope. I was very
sure, Richie. Terastodon is a no.
I don't think we need Trask the Nasty up in this bitch.
What you call it now? Excuse me, sir. What did you say?
Terrask the Nasty. We don't need that Terrask the Nasty.
All right. I'm glad you're playing along with this, Tim. Well done. Well done.
And then the last thing I wanted to point out was, do we want Seedborn Muse? Do we want
what?
Do we want Bomberman? Do we want any of these sorts of effects? Because they're good with Kerith in play, but Seedborn Muse, like if you go, if I don't know, something like Buried Alive, or you go, you have a survival engine going.
Honestly,
which, by the way,
I think the only real infinite mana outlet we need, infinite mana combo we need, is Phantasmal Image with our Dockside.
Well, do we like the 6 mana blinker too?
Emil, I would be sad to see an Emil.
But
Emil?
there's got to be something better than just
that Emil?
Like doing that same tired ass shit.
I mean, sometimes doing tired ass shit matters because it ends the game. It's like playing Constant Oracle is just good because it ends the game.
Right, but that's why I'm saying like let's include like the Phantasmal Image because we already have Dockside. It's probably the most efficient way to leverage them, like under like a survival line or like a Buried Alive.
So this was my third thing I wanted to bring up that I thought was really important for this deck. I wanted to talk about some of the modern Horizon 2 cards this deck got.
I'm waiting on
the strategy got
load up.
One of the most important ones that we can look into playing that I thought was really important to at least investigate was the unlegendary Entomb, the non-legendary Entomb card.
Oh god, what's the name of it?
I'm going to go and grab it right now. I have it around here somewhere.
I think I added it to the tutor template.
That card is redundancy, and it's not like we have a whole lot of Entomb effects. It's the non-legendary Entomb from Modern Horizons.
Oh, the 2-drop.
Yeah, what's the name of it? Can somebody tell us? We're drawing a blank.
I have no idea what it's called.
I think I have it here. I gotta go find where it is.
Advanced. Black.
Man, where did I put it? But that card is really strong. Like, there's a... because it's not any creature, it's any card that's non-legendary.
Yeah, any non.
Yeah, it's non-legendary card.
I'm getting it.
And
Unmarked grave.
unmarked grave.
Thank
It's
you.
unmarked grave.
Thank you.
Good job, Sean.
Yeah, me.
And like that's where I think having, if we're gonna play something that is
I think we should also be
wanna
on
get
Buried Alive too and Survival.
yeah, you should be
I don't
playing
like
survival.
Buried.
The fact that
You don't like Buried Alive?
Survival is necessary. I don't like Buried.
Why?
I think that's why I play Nezahal over Buried, because Nezahal lets me do what I want, and Nezahal also gives me instant speed win lines.
Nezahal gives
Which is-
you a very, very niche extra
Very niche.
speed or yes.
Very niche.
Very niche win line.
It's
but
niche,
it does give you
but I
one.
like it. It's very niche, but I love the nicheness of it, and that's why I play Nezzy.
Okay, so far we have 5 fatties, a dockside, and like 3 pieces of ramp.
Are we going to play
are we
Unmarked
playing-
Grave?
I got Unmarked
And-
Grave in there. I got Reanimate in there. I got Life Death,
And-
which we could. If we're not playing Razakath, we could probably take Life Death out. Sean, you're muted.
The
Can't
last
hear you,
one-
boss.
Uh-oh. Do we want to play Intuition at all to put creatures or a package into the graveyard?
We're not on Breach. So first of all, I think we're just put fatties in. How are we winning the game?
That's where I like to figure out. Like, so we've got ways that we can draw cards, but like if we're drawing cards and we're not interacting a lot with the board, then what good are the cards that we're gonna draw? Like on the grind plan. That's where I have the Nezahal issue. So like if we're gonna do something like that, then we might need to start looking into. We're going to have to be a little bit more control-y. We're going to have to stop things that are going on because good players aren't just going to give free cards to stop what's going on. They're going to look at you and they're going to say, I'm not going to let you win even more.
But
You know?
why do you feel like adding or removing one card should change the complete strategy? I don't think it should. I mean, I like cards. Like, if we're building this deck for the community to play, then we go with that idea. If we're building the deck in the idea that how I would play the deck, then card draw is a must because that's how I play Magic. So we can go. I don't know why you're really that strong on Nezahal, Rich. You really don't.
I'm not. It's not that I'm not strong. It's not that I'm not like super strong, but like Nezahal is one of those cards where I don't hate it. Like it's good, but it's also one of those things where you reanimate a Nezahal, and then suddenly I'm less inclined to interact with something because I'm behind a Nezahal, drawing you a bunch of cards. A player going off that I have to stop, feeding you cards which enables you to go off, and like Nezahal's kind of the one thing where if I'm a Storm player, sometimes I'm just like, or if I have a combo where I see a combo turn, so I'm just like, man, this might be it. This might be where I want to go off.
I'm gonna be honest. We ain't got any interaction in this deck right now.
Yeah, so like we have to. That's what we have to plan and consider. Like. If we're playing these, we have to really,
You have the list. I sent it to you.
Where's my cheese?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. 'Cause I don't know. I forgot you stripped it, and I don't know where you stripped it down to.
Like lands, and that was it.
Oh, that was literally it. Okay, so
Yeah,
we kept,
yeah.
we kept nothing off the deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
No, this
so
is
like,
a new deck. This isn't a copy of any other deck.
Okay.
yeah.
We're starting.
We're still gonna brew.
Scratch. Yeah, I put in like the obvious stuff like Mana Crypt and Mox Diamond.
Oh, all right. I am so.
But we're
sorry.
But we're still brewing
Yeah.
your strategy, Sean. You know, we're not brewing your strategy. So,
Oh.
like, the thing is, I think Unmarked Grave is enough reasons to play a couple of non-powerful or non-legendary powerful cards. That's why I like Archon a lot. I think Doom Whisper is also... Is it legendary?
Nope.
Nope.
So far, the only legendary creature we have put in here are Nezzy Hall and Villas.
Villas.
Which...
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about Razaketh.
So
before we
I
go
put
any
in
further.
an infinite mana combo just so that way we have one in the form of Dockside and Phantasmal Image. Cause...
Yeah. And I want to ask about Razaketh. So Sean, Razaketh, yes or no? Like, and if no, you know, tell us why you might not want to play Razaketh. Because
let's see the point though. How I feel Razaketh is, I need to know. The one thing we need to get out the way is the win condition Kerith, and only Kerith.
I don't
is the
mind
win
that as a win
condition
condition.
Kerith and Oracle. Like, what is our win con?
Well, the win condition is
Kenrith. We need to get that part.
So the win condition is Kenrith.
Okay.
So
then is it solely Kenrith?
I think I think the question in that vein is: are we trying to optimize a Reanimator strategy, or are we trying to make a CDH Kenrith list that has?
We're optimizing a Reanimator strategy.
Okay, so with that in mind, I think Oracle's out.
Okay, I can live with that.
I think that we have Phantasmal Image and Dockside as a infinite mana combo. Because that's pretty reliable. We could slot in a meal, but then that makes all of our combos contingent upon exactly Dockside. So we might want a second piece to go with that. But the problem is, if we start doing that, then we need to seriously consider Razaketh, because then we need to like slot that in.
Layer into it.
And
right, that's what I was trying to ask.
And then we're already at that point playing an existing strategy, and then we're going to be swapping out a few cards. If that's what we want to do, that's fine. I thought it was more about making the fatty boom booms and just like eating motherfuckers.
So we want to be linear on Reanimator. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's what we're saying. Linear on Reanimator, and Ken is how we win the game.
Okay.
So can I offer a couple of maybe suggestions then?
Okay.
Do we want a sacrifice outlet? Do we want to play something like a bombardment? Do we want to play something like a Skirk Prospector? Do we want to play anything that like lets us sacrifice? Because the nice thing about sorry.
Yeah, no, I think Skirk is free. I can agree with Skirk. I don't know if you want like Vizier Seer, stuff like that. I don't know if you want those kind of sack outlet. At least that's what I think.
Hold on. Sacrifice.
Hey, Sean?
Yes.
Do we want to kill opponents with Altar of Dementia?
Do we want to mill people in 2021?
Mill and then make them draw... No, mill and then make them draw their last card with Kenrith.
With Kenrith? Nice.
Like, is it really that... Am I really that crazy for thinking, you know, maybe this is a thing we could do?
I mean, we only got 300 possible cards to look at.
Okay.
That's
Tim does being rude.
No. All right, so I'm gonna flip through this, and I'm gonna point out some possible fun ones. If anybody in chat's got an idea for a nice fatty that we can reanimate and sack or Dockside to and kill people, I'm down. Let's make it
But then we have to
happen.
play Grave Crawler, and then we gotta play that, and
No, we
that's
don't.
not.
All we need is Dockside and a sack outlet. Dog, it's a god. What god? Hey, what's up? Nice to see you.
What? What?
Liver?
I just want to
Hey,
play like
Liver.
Hellish Norns. I want to play. I guess Nezahal doesn't fit in this strategy anymore. I want to play.
No, Nezahal does. All right, so do you basically? I guess the best way of asking this, and maybe we should have started with this. So
Ooh,
Blue Black
children.
Reanimator is a deck that puts giant creatures into play and plays control magic plays the control game to keep them around.
Right.
Do
Yeah,
you
it was
want
a
to?
type of
Do you
tyrant
want to
and
do
stuff.
that?
Do we want to do that? Okay.
No, I'm asking you. You want to do that?
Do you?
I like
What dog
control.
is a god?
So, our winning creature would be a tyrant. In this clause, would be a tyrant, correct?
What
Why is it a
tyrant?
tyrant?
No. Passport tyrant? Would that just be our win card for our
No,
fighting?
we're to bounce our dockside a bunch.
Bounce our Dockside, bounce our Mana Rocks. It just tyrant just wins with any spell and a rock that costs, one or less.
You know what else is fun? What's tyrant? Phantasmal image. And now we got two. Now we got two bounce triggers.
It was 11 months when it came to us.
Which one?
Phantasmal image that I already put in the list.
Yeah, we know image is good. Yeah.
Right, I'm saying Tight Spot Tyrant. If you copy it, now you have two bounce triggers, and we can just play one rock and bounce everybody's shit off the board.
Oh, they'll think about that. That is true.
I think Tide Spout's interesting enough that we can explore it. It's a big fatty, and you know what? It's not legendary, so
Exactly.
it totally can go in. I do think that that's really important. That like, it's not legendary. Like, it matters for cards like Unmarked Grave become a little bit better. Your other ones you don't really care about because we're not playing Persist in this deck, which is return a non-legendary creature from your graveyard.
Hold on.
What about? Okay. What about if we give
Jamaican
up?
dude's dog was in the background. Yeah, he was. Who's
So
in
do we
the
still
background,
want?
Sean?
So do we still want Doom Whisperer?
I think we want Doom Whisperer. I don't think we want. I think we only want Villas or Nezahal, but not both.
Ooh.
I like.
I mean, that's like my side girl and my main girl. I don't know what you're doing here, Tim.
Can we take him out to dinner one at a time, dude? Can't take them both at the same time. Trust me,
Sometimes you live the best.
you ain't that smooth, son. You ain't that smooth. I know I'm not.
I'm not that smooth. Okay, you don't know me, Tim. I can't be that smooth. You don't know. You don't know my life. Well, no, you're right. I think we don't need those.
You're right.
You're right there.
So which one of
I
them
think
two
you're
do you
right.
want?
So with go ahead.
No, go on.
With that statement, let me lead into this other statement of what about if we give up on the stack and fight on the battlefield?
That's why I have Archon in there and Void Winnower and that's
Exactly.
where I
So
wanted
that's what I
to.
was saying.
And that's
So
why I kind of
let's
wanted to
just-
look into. Well, that was the
let's
other reason I
lean
wanted to look
into
into Doom Whisper, and that was why I kind of wanted to look into Doom Whisper, or not Doom Whisper. That stupid 6/4 guy who makes everyone discard. Because
The thing with Sire,
the thing with Sire and Void Winnower is you've hard locked the game. No one's winning, no one's attacking you, and you're not being attacked.
Right, but the problem with Sire is that it's whoever top decks the best wins, and nobody has
not with Void Winnower in your graveyard.
Really? Ad nauseum
What?
in a chain of vapor.
you're not going to ad nauseum into Chain of Vapor.
Under Void Winnower? When nobody has a hand?
No,
and...
he was just
You
saying,
can't,
like, that's the same with
you can't play any
Soup
mana
decks.
rocks. You have to have 6 mana to do that. You will never be able to play mana rocks to get to the mana. And you will be attacked by a Void Winnower or a Sire, where your life total will be low.
Well, that's under the impression of if we resolve a Void Winnower early. That is the key part there. And I think even if we do, for someone who been trying stacks, someone messes up and remove the stack pieces because they want to win. Always. I have lived the life, Richie, and stacks. It feels good when you lock that board in and then you start beating face and then someone like, yo, I'm so done with this. Let's release the floodgates. And you're like, well, that just makes no sense, my guy. Why bounce the collector oof while you're not going to win, so the guy with 10 mana is going to win?
Because I'm tired of looking at that collector roof because it's mildly annoying me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, this Void Winner. All right, let me bounce. I'm like, okay, so that's going to set the guy who just tutored twice to just completely win the game. I mean, it's the downside to playing stacks. So I like this strategy where we're going down. I would like more the only problem I have with Doom Whisper is it does nothing.
Other than
it's a 5/5 that fills my graveyard.
Okay.
That is my thing. It's a 5/5 that fills my graveyard, and is that good enough for a Reanimator target?
It's a 5/5 that fills your graveyard that lets you chain into other Reanimator targets.
And that's good. And if that's good enough, then I'm on board. If we can agree with it's good enough, I'm on board.
So in Kalia, they play it with Breach for one.
Right, because that makes sense. It's an enabler.
Yeah. And for two, they don't pay 5 mana for Doom Whisper. They pay attack with Kalia.
Right. And we will be playing pretty much 5 mana to play it anyways. Because
either way, one way or the other.
Playing from hand or Reanimator. We
so
do
I
need to add a
maybe it doesn't really do what we want.
To a point, but Training Grounds is kind of important. And Biomancer Familiar, Tim. Those 2 cards, I think, are necessary. Yeah.
I think you're going to need those. The only other big fatties I had on my radar were Jingataxis, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I do think it's pretty neat.
Do not say Caesar, because I will shoot you.
I didn't have Elish Norn, but I did have a legendary. Elish Norn, I think, is fine. I did have a nice legendary creature in my mind, though.
And what's that?
It was replacing Jingatax, or it was replacing Nezahal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was our friend Sean. Our blue-red friend.
You want to play Niv?
I was looking at it.
Rich, don't tickle me like that. Rich, you can't tell me to build a Reanimator on the stack and then say I can't draw cards.
So Niv Mizzet, it does 2 things. Really important. One, you reanimated early. Well, yeah. 2, you reanimated early. Ad nauseum's not going to win through Niv Mizzet. I don't care who it is. That's asking a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna kill you though. They're gonna.
Are we playing? Is there a curiosity effect that we should play with this Niv Parun?
Well, if we're playing Niv, we have to play Curiosity.
We don't have to play Curiosity, but we can play.
Oh, I'm not playing Niv without Curiosity. I ain't doing it.
But we get Curiosity and Keen Sense.
And Ophidian Eye.
And Tandem Lookout.
Oh,
you get all of them.
I'm not playing Tandem.
Why not? We can reanimate it.
Oh shit! Gosh darn it, Tim.
We can go. We can go Buried Alive, Niv, Tandem, Dockside. Reanimate Dockside, reanimate Niv, reanimate Tandem.
Oh, hold me, darling, hold me. Mm-hmm. Hold me tight. Hold me tight.
That might be too cute, but I think that Niv Mizzet is one of those cards where when it comes down turn 2 or turn 3, like if you can get it turn 2 against some of the Turbo Nos decks, or you can get like a Void Winnower turn 2 against them, or something along those lines, even an Archon turn 2 like against the fast decks in the format, they're just like well, this hand doesn't do shit now. Chain of Vapor? That's what I'm hoping for.
When do you ever just say Archon name artifacts? You just never say that, right?
Yeah, you
Archon
always
name instant or
instant.
sorcery, like almost all.
You always name instant.
Yeah, that's always.
Sometimes you can
there's arguments for naming sorcery.
Like you literally just hit Deluge, right? As a way to kill Archon.
There's like you hit like a lot of tutors. You hit like
Yeah, I think it's always instant.
I mean, it's like 90. I would say like 85% of the time you say instant, and then the other like 15% of the time it's split between artifact, enchantment, and sorcery.
I think it's like 60% instant, 40% artifact. I think to name sorcery is really ambitious. I think that there's 3 sorceries you probably stop. I name artifact if I'm looking across from a breach player who doesn't
I name sorcery when like everybody's looking to tutor.
Yeah,
you
that's
could do
fair.
that. You could.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Okay.
We need him. Do we need
Op
Imperial
agent.
Sealed on this list?
Yeah, we need an op agent.
Oh, Op Agent.
Yeah.
Op agent's really good. You want op agent and
Is it what's that other card? Scheming Cemetery? I've been loving that card recently. I've been seeing some really spicy plays. It's an AB combo though. Or AB
How about we
value
put
piece?
Imperial Seal in first?
Sure.
play.
Oh no, that's fine. I mean, I'm not even saying play Scheming Cemetery. I'm just talking about those for talking's sake.
Okay.
Scheming
So,
Symmetry's good.
So we have 0 ramp, and we barely have any discard.
We're not even near that thing. We're still trying to figure out the creatures.
I think the creatures are pretty much there. I don't want to fit. So here's the problem with Reanimator. Like, we're playing a singleton format. We don't want to draw a bunch of them without a way to discard them, and we don't want to.
So I think there's too many competing things right here.
Well, what? Okay, tell me what you think is competing.
I feel like I'm like in a world where like I'm looking at different pods I'm in, and I'm looking at my fatties target, and I'm like, there's not a world where I'm gonna get Tyrant for value. Tyrant is my win card. Niv, maybe I think it's also an I win button. My grind engine and my hay piece are Archon, Nezahal, Elish Norn if I'm playing against a creature based deck like Winota, and
Void Winnower.
Villas. And Villas is just also a draw card. And not even Villas. Villas is just another draw engine. So it would be Archon, Void, and Elish Norn. Those are my hate creatures. And then everything else is an I win button. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to take out any of these? Like, the nice thing about something like Archon and Doom Whisperer, we can reanimate them, but we can hard cast them very easily.
Right.
I really
think Niv and Tandem is too cute, or we just get rid of Nezahal. And Nezahal is a discard outlet.
It's your deck. What do you want to get rid of, Sean?
It's our deck, and because the Nezahal is a discard outlet. And you were saying that when you draw these pieces, or we could just play a discard outlet.
Well, I do want to play a couple discard spells. I do when we get there, but do you? So my thought process with Niv was it's really good early on. It's a way to really start pinging people's life totals. It's a way to get creatures off the table. It's a way to get opposition agents off the table. But we can cut Niv and we can cut We can cut Niv and we can cut Tandem Lookout. Like, I'm fine with that, and we can cut Curiosity and Keen Sense. Do we want to? Is that what you want to do?
Or we just cut Neza Hall. Are you that attached to
I think Neza Hall's better, but I think Neza Hall's a different card.
Neza Hall is a different card. Tim?
I think Doom Whisperer and Nezzy go.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking either those two go or the whole Niv package go.
I really like Doom Whisperer a lot, but if you guys want to go,
then that's fine. That's fine. I never actually went through a Doom Whisperer, but I would like to try it.
I mean, Doom Whisperer for 20 life will mill 10 cards.
I think I at least get rid of.
I'm sorry,
don't you surveil too?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
20 cards is 20 life.
And it's not just 20 cards. It's once you find your reanimation effect, you start milling until you get your creature that you want.
Right. No, it's
So,
a good engine. It's a great engine. But it's an engine
Honestly,
that also needs Kenny on
I
board.
think, to be honest,
Not really. What?
I think the Tide Spout and Nezahal go.
Oh, you're giving me food
now?
Mid-sentence.
I like cutting Niv Mizzet just because I think it has too many pieces, even though it's one of the cards I suggested to play. I had it in mind without playing all those pieces.
Yeah,
I
mean, if he wants to play, I mean, that opens up 5 slots.
I don't want to cut Doom Whisperer because I literally think if you entomb an early Doom Whisperer, you basically can go and get another hate bear or another combo piece.
Sean, we can't hear you.
I wasn't saying anything.
So here's kind of the junction we're at. So we either I think we either do Tide Spout and Doom Whisperer, or we do like the Niv package.
I think Niv package goes. I think we've explored the Niv. We know what the Niv does. I think we can explore something different, and that's what
I'll put it in
we're
the considering just for posterities. That also opens up like 4 slots, which is gonna be infinitely more useful later because we have like 0 interaction in this deck.
I think that one of the other cards we have to put in, another stacks piece that's just pretty okay to put in, and we might explore playing wheels later on just because we have fatties in our hand.
Yeah.
But we should probably play that 3-mana dude who shuts a Hull Breacher. I think Hull Breacher deserves a spot. Hull Breacher's just so good. Like if a Hull
Dance
Breacher's
of
in
the
your
Dead. Good one. It's going in. Dance.
Hull Breacher with no wheels, correct?
We might play a wheel or two. I don't think it's unreasonable for us to play a wheel.
If we play a wheel, I would like to play a Winds of Change.
Here's my thing against Hull Breacher. We're playing
against
Kenny.
it. Okay.
We're playing Kenny. All right.
Yeah.
We're okay.
Main way Kenny kills people once he has Unbound Mana is makes them draw their deck out.
Correct.
Now our stacks piece stops that. Sure, we have lines that can keep that from happening, but also at the same time, like the more hoops we have to jump through to win with this deck, like the worse off we are. I'd rather us just not play hate pieces that we can't win under than us play hate pieces. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the same reason why you don't run 15 null rods and then like try to win with artifacts.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Because exactly what you just said is the Hull Breacher doesn't stop our win if we have infinite mana. Because you let them draw first and they kill the other two.
Not if a Hull Breacher.
Remember. Yeah, you kill the guy who has the Hull Breacher.
Not if it's our Hull Breacher.
He's saying if it's our Hull Breacher, Sean.
Our Hull Breacher.
Our Hull Breacher, you give it haste. Tim, remember the other part of Kenny? You pump your creatures and swing and give it haste and trample?
Okay, all right.
So this is the line that Tim, I think, is mentioning. With Kerith in play, Consult no longer wins the game with Oracle.
No,
And with Hull Breacher in play, you can't make them draw with Oracle's trigger on the stack. Because you can Tainted Pact and play around Kerith. But you can't Tainted Pact, or you can't consult. You know? And I think that's the line that... Tim, if I'm wrong...
Basically what I'm getting at is that, like, Hull Breacher with no wheels... Like, one of the main ways you win with Kerith once you have Unbound Mana is you make your opponents draw your deck. Okay?
No,
sure, you can pump your team big and kill everybody, but, like, how often is all this happening post-combat? Like,
so, my other thought process is why we might want to play wheels. Like, I'm normally not the biggest fan of wheels, but if you've got large creatures stuck in your hand...
I don't want to play wheels with this deck. I do not want my opponents to have 7 cards when we're running like
all right,
we're basically going to wind up with like 4 counter spells in this deck once we're done.
So so I was like, if that's it, that's what I was thinking. Winds of Change. Like, I don't refill anybody's hand. I give them different cards.
We don't want Winds of Change because like it doesn't put our stuff in the bin. It just cycles everything back in the library.
Okay,
you know what we
so
do want?
I think we're good on the creature. So let's
what we want in this list.
Let's go with the bin guys. So we're not on hold. That is what we have.
Hold on. What about Chains?
I don't want Chains. I'd rather play. There's 4 of the cards I'd rather play before Chains.
I agree.
I'd rather. I think that playing something like Careful Study and Faithless Looting are way more important cards to play before we even consider Chains.
Chains of Meth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a discard outlet.
Chain of Vapor.
It mills them. And it makes them discard and they can't draw extra cards.
It also
powers Breach. What are the 4 other cards better than Chains, Richie?
I mean,
it powers their breaches. I don't like that. The cards I was considering that I think are a little bit better are Careful Study, Faithless Looting, to begin with.
I like those are the one-time effects. Yeah, I can agree
and Faithless
with that.
Looting, Faithless Looting draws. And then we already have the best one in there, which is Survival.
Change is bad. We enable survival decks. We enable breach decks.
Okay, that's fine. It was just a suggestion.
I'm like, I love Chains. Chains is great, but I'm like, no, we can't enable all the breach decks in the format. Even though,
we can't die to them anyway, and it don't matter.
Huh?
And it said we're gonna die to him anyway, and it don't matter.
I don't think we're gonna die. Like I look at these. I don't think an early Archon or an early
Tim can be negative too.
Or an early Void Winnower is really like or early Void Winnower shuts down a lot of Admirals and shuts down.
I'm how do I say? I'm often the one who is apt to point out that people's visions will not necessarily meet their expectations.
I agree, but I think that like early Void Winnower or early Archon as an idea to bridge so you get to the point where you can stabilize against those decks, where even if they remove them, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, those are where those stacks pieces, like, they're not permanent answers. You know, we're not playing, like, if we really wanted to, we could play ways to give them Shroud. We could play those into Sire of Insanity and lock the game out. Say no one's playing Magic.
So, right now, so with Tie Spout Tyrant kind of being our main go-to, like, get them done plan.
Yeah.
And then the Dockside Loops get them done plan. I think we should leverage rock-based ramp more than dorks.
I agree.
I agree. I think that there's still a certain number of dorks we should play, though.
I definitely think we need Bird's Deathrite and Ignoble Hierarch.
I think Ignoble Hierarch is... Sorry, go ahead.
You need Tendies also. I was looking at a thing. We need Deadeye.
We do not play. See, we already thought about that. We do not need Bloom Tender in this deck.
No Tendies?
Tendies isn't
makes white.
tapping for shit. It
Blue
makes green.
Or it makes green-white.
Sean, we don't have any permanents that we're really playing.
A world that I don't have attendees.
Sean, Tendies is bad in this deck. We're not. This isn't even a discussion. Like
this is a shame. I wish not to live in this world that you live in.
I mean, does Tendies really make that much mana in these types of lists?
I mean, y'all live your best life.
And how are we on?
Tendies makes mana post reanimation, like post return a fucking blue creature and whatever. But
we're a Reanimator deck, right? So that's what we're doing.
We are, but like you have to have a certain number of permanents that you have to play. Like I think that Carpet of Flowers, Ignoble Hierarch, Noble Hierarch, Birds of Paradise, Deathrite Shaman.
All right. I mean, live your best life, guys.
Maybe even Ragavan if we want to play it.
Okay, that's a reach. A reach.
Is it? Tell me why Ragavan might be a reach.
Bloom Tender's in.
No,
I'm curious of why.
Why
now?
I need a Deadeye.
What do you want a Deadeye for, man?
Oh,
he wants to. All right. Well,
are we playing Evolution or are we playing Reanimator? Or are we just
okay,
playing?
All right.
Cool. Or are we just playing all the mid-power good stuff?
All right, moving on. Don't play a Deadeye. Not even having
no,
argument with
I'm
anybody.
just saying. Like, I mean, what are we doing here?
Ghostly Pilfer. I'm moving on. Not having this discussion.
Ghostly Pilfer is a good discard outlet. It is, and sometimes it's a card draw outlet. Like it's not terrible.
Okay.
Ignoble.
I think Ghostly Pilfer. I'd cut the Hull Breacher. I'd cut the Tendies. I'd play Ghostly Pilfer. Like Ghostly Pilfer is really good. It's a good discard outlet.
That's what I was thinking. Good discard outlet.
Can we cut?
I put Pilfer in.
No, I'm saying you can cut the Bloom Tender. You can cut the Hull Breacher. Those can go for sure. Like I think you've convinced me that we're not playing Hull Breacher because we're not playing Hulls.
Hull Breacher.
I think Hull Breacher goes. Bloom Tender stays.
I don't think Bloom Tender is very good in here, but
you
know what?
It makes green. It only makes green. We're good with it.
It really does. Yeah.
Cut the Bloom Tender, and you can even play Noble over it. Over it. Over it. Seedborn Muse is a no or a yes?
I could get behind Seedborn.
I like Seedborn. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't have problems. I think Seedborn's really strong. Like it's a good plan B. Seedborn's like a solid plan B.
Okay. Did we agree on the sack outlet?
We have not yet.
Okay. Should we play one that just sack goblins or sack any creature?
I would definitely.
Are we afraid of Gilded Drakes? So sack any creatures?
I would definitely say any creature, and I definitely think we should be playing Gilded Drake.
Oh, we should also be playing Gilded Drake?
Yep.
May I ask why?
Because people like to drake your fatties, and you want them back.
I don't think that there's a lot. Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I don't think there's a lot of... I mean, I guess I'm viewing this from something that you can do in CDH, like at a different level, because a lot of the stuff you get to play in here is kind of uncounterable for the most part. Like, it only gets countered by 4 creatures or 4 cards specifically that people play.
Well, 4 cards, but like 15 ways to find it is the problem.
No, but like the 4 cards that I think you're worried about the most are your shutting down your Cursed Totem effect. We're not beating Cursed Totem with Kerith. We have to reanimate and do something else, which is fine. You know, that's where Tide Spout's really good. Yeah.
I think a creature. I was thinking we could just play Homeward Path Crop Rod as a Crop Rod package. Is what I was thinking instead of Gilded Drake. But I think because Darcy now exists, I like the Gilded Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with Dothy existing, I was going to say that was one of the other cards. Gilded Drake gets better. I don't hate
Yeah.
Ragavan early on as a way to make mana. I think it's a little bit worse than the stack, but it's still
Yeah,
like a
it-
way to make a shit ton of mana.
Um,
Are
we're
there
already
any
on
good
Sisters Looting.
sack outlets that are creatures?
Carrion
Well,
Feeder.
yeah.
Carrion
No,
Feeder
you
would get infinitely big.
Viscera Seer, I think, is better than Carrion Feeder, personally.
Okay, I don't know how we agree on it. So here's the upside to Carrion Feeder versus Seer. The upside to Carrion Feeder is it gets infinitely big because you second to a dark side that keep repeating the loop, and you can give it Trample with Kenny to kill someone. That is the one upside of Carrion Feeder. If the
Okay.
scry is more important, than the damage, then you play Seer.
Question.
That is my opinion.
Why are we not playing
Sure.
both?
I don't
So,
think the deck needs both.
I don't think you need to play both. I think that's an
Alright.
overkill. I think that it's a really powerful effect, but it's also you don't ever want to run a redundancy effect of it.
All right,
I do
Carrion
agree that that's
Feeder.
right. Because I
Mayhem
think look,
Double.
I'm fine with Carrion Feeder, and I'm fine with the one that sacks goblins because it makes Dockside cost one less to reanimate.
Correct.
What's the one that sacks goblins that you make the
Stark
red mana to?
Prospector.
Yeah, Prospector. So like Carrion Feeder, I'm good with. Like that's a good reason.
Yeah,
to play
I like the
Carrion
Carrion Feeder. What about Mayhem Double?
If it's for an outlet, yes. If we want it for just a way to kill, I think it's another I win button. Or are we playing it as a hate piece?
I think it's an I win
Is that
button
there?
in a deck that has a bunch of I win buttons. So like I'm okay
Yeah, I don't
not
think
playing
it's
it.
necessary. I was just bringing it up.
Okay, so I was thinking of it maybe not as a I win button, but as a hate piece. Because there's so many dark side in the format.
Yeah.
It also just pings the unknowns player when they go for the dark side. I was thinking more of a hate piece versus the I win button.
Okay.
But as I said, it's how you want to look at it, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
thing. It's double duty.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's a way to weaponize Dockside with.
Correct.
But so like here, I guess so. Here's my flaw. Here's the flaw in my own logic. Is like I'm like, oh, Mayhem Devil's great, but we have Kerith is the problem. So at any point in time, that we can weaponize a Mayhem Devil to win, we can just
We're
make our
already
opponents.
winning.
We're already
Yeah,
winning.
so
We can
it's
just
like-
make we can just make them draw their deck, or we can make our dudes huge or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I think
I'm
maybe
gonna
it's
get
not
some hate
necess-
for this. I'm gonna get some
Oh,
hate
boy.
for this. I think I would play Mayhem Devil over Villas at this point. Let me just tell you the reason why. Mayhem Devil kills Dothy. Mayhem Devil is just a clean way to kill Dothy. It's a clean way to kill opposition agent. Like those are cards that really fuck our deck up early on.
Doesn't Villas
Doesn't
do that
Villas
already?
do that too?
Villas does that, but we can't get Villas through Dothy or through opposition agent.
Oh, you have a
With
point.
That's what I was getting at.
God damn, Richie.
God damn it!
So I mean, like, well, and you know what? It's also really good with our dockside loops.
Okay.
You kill the image. You target the image. You kill it. You can still Reanimator. It's
just like Carrion Feeder. Carrion Feeder is also I win button
All
with
right.
Dockside.
Well,
Okay.
right now,
Whoever is watching this, don't get Dockside exiled. It's too many I win cards.
I mean,
Too many ways to win with
You got
Dockside.
Tide Spawn as your backup plan, but yeah, don't.
Oh yeah,
don't-
fair enough. I forgot about that.
I
Don't
think-
kill off
Quest-
or don't kill. Yeah, don't kill off your opponent's Dockside.
I think
That's-
Villas you could get rid of at this point, but that's just me. But I'm not gonna hate on it. Like if you want to keep Villas, go for it. It's Villas is really powerful.
I mean, we've still got Villas, Nezahal, Elspeth, Archon, Doom Whisperer. Like, we've still got all the fatties in here. Like,
Okay.
we'll get to those, but they're all kind of right there, kind of thinking.
Destiny Spinner.
makes our enchantment reanimation uncounterable, which is nice. Makes a couple of our makes our engine, which is like if I'm gonna tutor anything up, it might be a survival. Like what am I gonna Imperial Seal turn 1 for? Likely either a way to reanimate a creature, an entomb, or survival of the fittest.
Yeah, a way to reanimate a creature, a way to bin a creature. Depends
Question:
on your hand.
Are we playing Sylvan Library, Rustic Study, Mystic Remora?
Yeah, I guess that's all of the. Should we not be on more enchantments than that? Are we not playing Mystic Study?
I'm asking.
I'm okay not playing Mystic Study. I think that Sylvan Library is still good in these mid-range. Like, this is a mid-range Reanimator deck. Like, I think that's what we've established. I don't mind Mystic Remora, by the way, because Mystic Remora lets us draw cards and discard our fatties. That's not bad.
How many times can I misspell Mystic Remora?
I think turn 2 Heuristic's still fine. Like, sometimes you just have hands that just have like large duders in them. You have no reanimation effects. You have no way to put the creatures in your graveyard. You're gonna mulligan. I could see you mulliganing pretty aggressively and keeping like functional hands with Heuristic Study in this deck, thanks to Mana Dork.
All right, and you said you want Homeward Path on this list?
No, we're on Hullbridge. You don't have to, unless we just when we get to that we can.
We're on Gilded Drake.
I mean, this is a generic mana base. This is not like tuned.
How we feel about Smothering Ties? I believe
that was one of the ones that Eugene brought up. I'm not opposed to Smothering Tithe. It'll help us cast our fatties. I can't hear you, Sean. You're muted, boss.
I don't like Tithe without wheels, but Tithe is fine. If you want to play Smothering Tithe in this, I think it's fine. I think if you want to go turn 2 Smothering Tithe, it's probably fine.
It is. I think it's Kenrith's best friend, personally.
That's fine. Turn 2 Smothering Tithe is probably good.
Are we? Okay, I think we can. So I guess we're not on Destiny Spinner. Okay,
we're on Destiny Spinner. So mana rock wise, we need to be on Chrome Mox, Lotus Petal possibly, Mana Vault, Mana Crypt, Mox Diamond, Soul Ring clearly, Arcane Signet, Fellower Stone, and then probably want to play Jeweled Lotus in this deck.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to play
casting Kerith seems pretty important.
Do we want to bring back Bomberman, guys?
I like Bomberman a lot in Kerith, but I think that we're soft ready to Null Rod. Not Null Rod. We're soft ready to Curse Totem.
I mean, but there's no Curse Totem in the meta right now. It's really not.
When you were asking me when you laughed at Ragavan, why I like that too, it's a way to just make mana early.
Oh, we definitely want Enlightened Tutor.
Yeah, we definitely need an E-Tutor.
Do we want Worldly Tutor, Mystical Tutor?
I think we want
probably Worldly.
I don't. Why do we want Worldly? I mean, Worldly is the only we just want a dark side. Okay, yeah, sure.
Worldly gets us dark side. That's the big deal.
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I think
Eldamri's Call.
Eldamri's Call's nice. Call I think is up there with Worldly Tutor.
Probably was.
Is Eldamri just better? No, they're both instant. Isn't those Worldly better?
Well, we're at least
Both
one
of
drop
them
the
up
top
there.
of library. Eldamri's Call is green, white.
To hand.
And also, what about Neoform and Eldritch Evolution?
No,
Oh, yes.
I thought about those. No. We're not neoforming into anything.
Well, we
We're
can
gonna
eat
neoform
into a
into
bunch of
Archon.
stuff with Kenny.
Go ahead, Sean.
Timeout.
Yeah, you called
I
timeout.
know-
Tell us.
I know I let Deadeye go. I know I did, but we're gonna come back to it. I apologize. Deadeye is infinite.
You want a
mana.
neoform? You want a
Free.
neoform Deadeye?
I want to neoform Kenny into Deadeye because it goes infinite if I have 3 treasures on board.
I don't think it's very good.
But we're not playing a meal.
Okay, it's cheaper than Emil. Emil is 4, correct?
A meal's 3 to activate.
Yeah, but 4 to go infinite
Deadeye is 2 to activate.
and 3 to go infinite.
Right.
Because you need +1 on your loop.
Right.
If we want to
So-
bypass those reasons to not play Deadeye, then I'm also not on. I will play Eldritch, but I don't want Neoform.
I don't want
play
Neo.
Eldritch and no Neo.
Say that again, Tim.
I think we play Eldritch and no Neo. Because all right, so
Yeah,
here's
because
my
Eldritch
problem.
at least gets Neoform. Seaborn
And it gets anything 7 drop down.
7 down, correct.
Yeah. So we could potentially like flip into like Elish Norn, the Doom Whisperer,
Yeah.
the Archon, Nezahal.
Eldritch, I think we'll play Eldritch, Richie. I don't think you can find Eldritch. You can find me on Deadeye, which I think is a mistake. Between you
So
and
here's
Tim.
my thought on Deadeye. Deadeye just puts in a dead combo that only works. Like, we don't have any kind of redundancy with it is the problem.
Sure, because we're not on Spellseeker and stuff like that. The only
Right.
redundancy we kind of have with it is Archon, and that's
resets
kind of
Archon,
meh.
but it
so-
doesn't combo.
Yeah, it resets Archon, and that's just meh. So sure, I'll let Deadeye go again, but we'll at least play Eldritch.
I put Eldritch in.
Yeah, I say I don't think we'll play.
And I think Eldamri's call is good.
I like Eldamri's Call over Gamble. I don't think Gamble's very good in the stock. I get Gamble. I know why Gamble's good, but
It's just another Entomb.
no, it's not another Entomb. Like that's what you want it to be in this deck. Like
It's an Entomb
It's
when
not
you want it to be a demonic tutor, and it's a demonic tutor when you want it to be
tutor when you want it to be an Entomb. Exactly. I don't.
I think it's hard
I
to
like-
give up that one red tutor.
Yeah,
Richie.
I'm not willing to let it go yet.
That one red
All
is
right.
hard to let go for any card. For one red,
I want to be able. So the things I want to be able to do, I want a hand that can either function for a quick reanimation or an early Kerith. And I think that those are 2 things we have to kind of consider. Like we're playing Lion's Eye Diamond. Look, this sucks, but like we're probably supposed to be on Breach. Like as much as I don't want to play Breach, we're probably supposed to be on Breach if we're going to
don't
play
have to be
Lion's Eye
on Breach.
Diamond.
no.
Like,
We don't have
what
to.
are we
I'll
playing?
play
Then
Bomberman
what are we
over
playing
there.
LED for?
We can play Bomberman.
I'll
We
play
just don't need-
Bomberman before I play.
We don't need to
Breach
play
in this
Breach.
deck.
But what am I playing? Yeah, but what are we playing LED for? Like, if we're
Bomber.
like, we have to be on Bomberman, and I'll be on Bomberman. I'm cool with that. Like, I like
LED is
Bomberman.
just a 0 mana, 3 mana rock when we discard a lot of stuff anyway. It's like a fast way to
So
do it.
LED helps you with the Kenny lines because you discard your hand. If your hand has a way to win the game at instant speed with the Kenny
What's-
elf, you can just get there. You know
Merchant
that,
of
Richie.
the Veil.
You played. You play this in 5-layer dip. You love this card. It enables so many things.
Because it enables Bomberman Breach, and
Oh,
like and Hermit Druid. Like, Kenrith is so low on the things that it enabled and helped with.
Sure, it was very low on those things, but
What's Merchant
it
Avail?
It's a discard outlet. Eugene, so like green is at an all-time low right now. Oakham Adversary is almost like I've been having to pay 4 mana for that thing more than I can admit.
Yeah, grub. I mean, even Seymour Sands Blue Pod, grub
Still
has fallen out of favor.
Yeah,
I'm
Like-
seeing Sans Blue Pods in favor of going Turbo Nas on turn 2. Like,
Yeah, like
Grub-
I would like to play.
Oh
a
no,
grub,
you're
I would
good.
prefer-
You're good, Eugene. It's a decent
No,
suggestion.
it's a good suggestion. I think if you're playing grub right now, Eugene, I think you should play Esper Sentinel instead. If you're in the colors, is that
Thank
a
you.
hot
I
take?
like.
No, what about us?
No.
I mean, I thought we didn't
Kenny
want to
puts
talk
counters on him.
Oh, Kenny does, doesn't he?
Oh my god.
Or is this the dream where I get a seriously Esper Sentinel that nobody pays for? Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
This is
Esper
the
Sentinel would be pretty funny. I like if you could play. I don't know. I'm still really high on Ragavan. Maybe Ragavan's
Sure.
just unplayable at this point.
Let's
but, like,
play Ragafan for Richie. That's
Well, I like
fine.
Ragavan because
well, let's assess Ragavan here.
yes.
Let's assess
Go
it.
ahead and assess
It's,
it.
All right.
it's
If
shit
it-
late game. I'm not saying that right off the bat.
Oh, you mean time shit on it? Is that what you're
It's
saying?
shit. It is shitty late game.
I don't know. You ever pump a Ragavan attack and
All right.
get damage
So
through?
Ragavan for 2 mana is a 2/1 that has to connect. When it does, it exiles a card you can cast till end of turn,
Which is good.
and it makes a
Oh,
No,
treasure.
it's a one. It's a 1 mana 2/1.
Yes.
No,
If
because
dash
either
is
you
a
give it
2/1.
haste by dashing it, or you give it haste with Kenny.
Okay.
Okay.
Late
Okay,
late game, yes. I mean,
All I'm
late
saying
game.
is-
Do you want to draw late game? Do you want to draw like Noble Hierarch, Birds of
I'm just saying
Paradise?
it's a 2/1 getting through.
Yeah, it's a mana thingy. Richie, mana for Kenny. Num.
Is
I've-
Raggedy Ass getting through? Is the question.
I mean, if we see, are we tutor for Ragavan on turn 1? If someone says yes to this, do we tutor for
Chat,
Ragavan
this is
turn
up
1?
to you. There's 9 of you watching this.
Do we
Are
tutor
we
for
tutor-
Ragavan turn 1?
Are we tutoring for Ragged Ass on turn 1?
Who the fuck would tutor for Ragavan turn 1? Like, who's tutoring for Birds turn 1?
Ooh, no, but it's more than a bird. Richie, come on now.
It's a bird's.
Oh, it is.
It's a bird
It's a.
that
It,
excel a card, which is card advantage, right?
Yeah.
And gives me a mana. So it's just like it's a fly ass bird, Richie.
No, it gives you a treasure. Like
It's
it
a-
gives you a treasure. It's better than just a generic mana.
Ragavan. It's a dope ass bit, or it's a badass bitch that does dope shit, right?
Exactly, Tim.
All right. Raggedy Ass Van gets in.
But
I like
Ragavan
Ragavan. It's just a good one drop. I don't know. Like,
I don't.
I like. Okay, the other reason why I don't hate Ragavan, and the other reason why like it's not terrible is, it's something you can also discard to what's it called?
There's just not
To-
a lot of dorks around because the games like aren't developing as fast. So like you do see some dorks, and there are still like some Jund decks and some decks that are like Sans, like white or Sans.
else of All right, boys. Let's get off this thing, man. Let's get some rampiness.
I've been putting some in, dog. We got all kinds of rocks.
Man,
We got all kinds of
that-
rocks.
that
We
bitch
got,
is
like-
anorexic. She need more meat.
I mean,
She need more meat.
Well,
1, 2, 3.
survival. Do you want to cut Ragavan for Elves of Deep Shadow? Is that what you want to do? Because I looked at
No,
literally
what-
Ragavan as another
Yeah.
good mana dork.
I mean,
That's how I
it's
was
not that
viewing
green's
it
not
as.
around. It's just there's less green, and
Okay,
and the
so,
games aren't
yeah, I
long
was-
enough for the
what you were doing.
for Grob to like really get you that steady card, whereas like Ragavan's giving you a card and a treasure.
I
It also
think-
messes with top deck tutors too, which is a bonus.
Yeah, which is kind of really the upside to it. Was like, oh, you gotta play
Oh
around.
no! The upside is a 2/1 on turn 1 that attacks, exiles the top card, and you get a Lotus Petal.
Okay, all right, Richie, you sold us. All right.
like the bonus is it fucks with top deck tutors.
All right,
So, Tim, I think we gotta play more rocks if we're on the taskbar plan.
okay, I'm down.
God, we are on
I
no
mean,
interaction deck. This is great.
No, yeah, we're not even there yet. I don't even know how many cards we're at.
We're at
90.
That's funny. All right, anyways.
Interactions for pussies.
Look.
Come on, man. It's 2021.
Look.
For the week.
Look, I don't think we need ramp. I don't think we need ramp. I think our strategy is to reanimate an early creature, play Kerith, and that Kerith protects that creature, because if that creature dies, we just reanimate it with Kerith.
But you need
Like, how
mana to
much-
reanimate with cameras, Richie.
Yeah, I don't think if you're casting Kerith, you probably have enough mana. I mean, 5 mana is not difficult to get.
No, sir. 5 mana is difficult.
One.
In the world of George Lotus,
One,
after you play your
two,
commander, you got no
three,
mana. I promise you. It's not the old days where it was mana vault. Even with mana vault,
All right,
you still have
so-
no mana.
we have 5 dorks, not counting Dockside.
Only 5?
We have 5 dorks, not counting Dockside.
Okay.
Then we have
Or are you
And
counting
we
Ragavan as a
have-
dork?
yeah, it's a dork.
Yes.
And then
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
7
Five.
rocks that are.
Is that an opal? We can't play opal with this low count.
Well, you said we were gonna start adding more, so I just threw it in.
Oh,
Plus
okay.
we got,
don't
like,
throw it in, okay.
Plus, we got Smothering Tides, we got Dockside, we got Raggedy Ass. Like, we got things that make treasures too.
We also have if you scroll down Tim a little bit for me, boss, just a little bit. We have that carpet of flowers that we always ignore.
Yeah.
We have
Is
that
this a grim-
smothering tithe.
Is this a Grim deck?
Yeah.
Yes.
We could play Grim Monolith. Yeah, I'm fine. I'd play Grim Monolith over Mox Opal. I mean, that's just
I mean, opal.
Personal
We're just
preference.
assuming that opal will be online because of all the things that make treasures.
Something
Hey.
that taps for something about taps for enchantments. Is there a better? Isn't there a better freed from the wheel thing out there? So we're not really doing like freed from the wheel. So hot. Oh, I think there's a creature that makes mana equal the number of enchantments you control.
Ooh, Tim, Richie.
We're looking
So
at
we
a
get-
Kenrith Reanimator list. I'm gonna drop
Yeah.
the link to this deck list in the chat
Chat.
for you at home to watch. Sanctum Weaver. What's Sanctum Weaver do?
that's the one that taps for the enchantments.
So Tim and Richie,
Yes, sir.
what about Jamaica's favorite cards?
Jite?
No, not a JT. God damn it, Tim. Show and tell.
I mean, you sure? No Jite? You really
Oh
love
my
Jite.
goodness. Why do you have that on demand? Why? That bothers me. Show and tell.
Show and tell's okay. I don't hate show and tell too much.
I'm like, lukewarm about it.
I think if you show and tell in a Void Winnower, or you show and tell in a Tide
Hi,
Spout,
Josh.
or you show and tell in an
The
Archon,
fatties that we
you're
play.
fine.
Yes.
If you show and tell in, you
We're
can show and tell in.
It's fatty our boss, man.
The problem with show and tell is that you show and tell, and then they play their dockside, and then they've untapped with a bajillion mana. And this is something I wanted to bring up. Like, there's a reason why we're not playing Oath of Druids in this deck. Like, and I was going to have you explain, Sean, what happened the last time you played Oath of Druids.
All right.
Go ahead and tell us.
You guys
what
keep
happened.
going without me. I'm gonna get right back. I gotta
Go empty Mildred. Get yourself a drink.
What happened to me the last time I played Oath of Druids? Someone worldly tutored for a dockside. And they put a dockside into play for free. I think worst thing that happened to me with Oath of Druids was like you don't get your best creature. That's not what Oath of Druids means.
But everybody kept tutoring their docksides and
Correct.
getting them into play. And the thing is, those docksides were leading to, I don't need the mana. Like, suddenly I have 2 less mana I have to worry about. It opens up more interaction I get from my combo. So, show and tell, you kind of run the risk of people going dockside extortionist and then playing.
Yeah, I agree. But the upside to show and tell versus Oath of Druids, you can plan for the Oath of Druids. The show and tell you can't plan for, because it just goes on the stack. And most of the ways to get your busted creatures are normally top deck tutors at instant speed.
So show and tell, okay, like show and tell is also a good target to go for early on if you have if you have enough fatties.
Yeah, and that was one of my big strategies with it, was you can just show and tell a fatty into play.
Okay.
And that's the reason why I had it.
Finale. Oh, okay.
I don't think finale is very good.
What? You were so hype on that card and you just went downhill on that card. I don't know what happened.
What? Finale?
Did they touch any no square?
No, finale. I think finale devastation just costs a shit ton of mana.
That does things.
But
anyway, that's not the card I want to play. I want to play Academy Rector. Oh, Tim, add show and tell, please.
Yeah, we're gonna play show and tell. We're put Academy Rector. Holy shit!
Is that too much?
Yeah, I think Academy Rector. Academy Rector. I think now we're looking at doing something completely different. Like,
what are we looking at doing? We're playing survival.
Okay, so we kill an Academy Rector. What do we do?
We get a piece. We either get our enchantment, reanimator effect, or an engine.
See, I would just play Pattern of Rebirth at that point.
But a pattern gets a creature, and it costs
with one of our fatties. It gets one of our fatties, which I'm fine with.
Okay, upside to Academy Rector over pattern. Pattern can be interacted with a lot more easier than Rector can.
Oh, they both can be interacted with. Rector is not going to get killed when it's in play. I was just saying, I would rather play, if we're going to play some of the sack outlets we're already playing, I'm A-OK playing.
Pattern.
Yeah, Tim?
1 second.
1 second, okay.
Sometimes if you scream Tonka Miller, she'll come inside. No. She barely ever answers the Tonka.
You're muted, and I cannot read lips.
Oh, my bad. I said
Okay,
show and tell's
cool.
already in, and we only have one sack outlet, and that is exactly Carrion Feeder.
Okay, cool. So no Rector.
No Rector, no Pattern, yeah.
And we only have one slot left, and we need interaction. So I'm adding counter spells.
She's a bed hog.
I'm good with these.
I'm good with the counter spells we
don't-
already added.
You
Do you
just
want
want to
force
stick with the
negation?
No.
no.
I think force negations. At some
rather
point, I
have
think force
misdirection.
negation's almost a necessity. It's almost like
I'd
that.
rather have misdirection.
I think misdirection's really good, so I'm cool with that. But I think like force negation is just sometimes like a necessity. You have to play. It sucks. Like,
You mean to interact with the faster decks is what you're saying?
yeah, I think that we need Assassin's Trophy and we need what's the other one?
Abrupt Decay?
Abrupt Decay, Assassin's Trophy, maybe Vanishing Verse.
Chain of Vapor?
No. Chain bounces are valleys.
Chain, yeah, you don't play Chain in a Reanimator deck because you don't want your Reanimator pieces being bounced, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll think that you're
Abrupt
But
You can call her so skinny.
Okay, we got to start cutting stuff. So, what did we decide on? So, Biomancer's familiar?
I think you need both because it can be tutored, right?
Okay. Doom Whisperer?
Oh my god.
Did we not cut that yet?
I like
no,
Doom Whisperer. I
Richie
think Doom
was very
Whisperer.
hard. Yeah, Richie
I think
was
Doom
dead
Whisperer.
hard.
I think
Yeah.
Doom Whisperer is really powerful at the sense that you can get your first reanimation piece with Doom Whisperer, and then you can go and get the second thing to reanimate.
Okay.
And when you're reanimating stuff like Elishnorn, Archon.
Nazahal or Villas?
Actually, hold on. Why are we trying to cut creatures? Let's hold on.
Because we have like 9 Reanimator targets.
We have 9.
Yeah. We have
I'm-
1, 2,
so-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry. We have
I
7.
think we can cut Careful Study. I'd like to keep playing. I'd like to play Faithless Looting over Careful Study.
We need enough blue cards to pitch Force Will.
Well, let's see what our. Can we go on Moxfield and see sort by
You can
color?
sort by color. Yeah, we can do that. I'll do that.
Apparently, everyone's telling me 20 blue cards is enough for Force. I've never had 20
Well, we
really
have
be
15
enough. But...
blue and 1 multicolor, so that is a total of 16. So we're still low by 4.
Do we play Force of Will?
What do we play for so well?
I'm being dead serious. Like, do we play Force of Will?
Do we really need Elish?
I'm being dead serious too. So you want to cut Elish or a gamble before you cut Force of Will?
No, that's what chat's suggesting. Do we really need
what is
Elish
fine.
Norn? Okay,
Do we really?
so
Okay.
I get. So here's what Eugene's saying. If we're already trash talking Grob because there's no green and there's not enough like creatures in play to really do things with, do we actually need Elish Norn?
I don't think Elishnorn's very good. The only deck I like Elishnorn against, well, there's 2 decks I like it against. One of them is really not played anymore, and the other deck is Nagila.
And Nagila.
Oh, Winota, sure. Like, okay. You know what? For the people out there who think Winota's playable, go for
here's
it.
what I'm saying.
fine.
Sorry.
Yeah, Winota. No, it's playable. It's really playable.
It's not to say that we don't play him. It's just in the stock iteration, do we play Elish Norn?
Okay, no, we don't. I agree. Elish Norn goes.
Okay.
We could probably not have to
really
play. We could probably not play the.
Villas or Nazahal? Which one?
Stop it.
And then we started not liking each other, and then we're back.
Stop. You, Tim. Stop. Stop touching my fatties.
Doom Whisperer combos with Villas. You draw cards,
Kenny.
you surveil and draw cards.
And we're already playing 2 of the we're playing 2 activate ability cost reducers. Okay.
I'm good cutting Seedborn. I am good cutting Seedborn. If you want to cut Seedborn, I'm okay cutting
Well,
Seedborn.
okay, so Seaborn is a value engine, right? Am I missing something?
But how many
Seaborn,
fucking
I love
value
Yeah,
engines do we
you're
need?
trying to do too many fucking things in this deck. You already have a million value engines.
It's Kerith. Okay, you know what? Sure.
Sean, you're doing all the things.
I want to do all the
I
things.
get it.
I want to. But
I
you know what?
know.
Take
Well,
the Seaborn gifts. Take it.
No,
Take it. I don't give a damn. Take it with you.
look at him. He's pouting. See?
Yes, he doesn't get his.
Eugene, the
damn
spirit
Seaborn.
dragon. Do you see what you have done here?
Oh
Take it.
my! I don't feel like he did that. I feel like
Take the damn Seaborn with you. It's fine. It's fine. Let
Y'all need to
I
go
let
think.
it go.
Look,
it go.
I think the worst card out of the creatures might be Ragavan, but at
Yeah,
least
just
it's
you're
a
asking.
mana ramp engine. That's one of my favorite
Ragavan
cards.
stayed before Seaborn.
All right, I'm
Now, I
gonna
would
cut
like to
Mox
put that out
Opal.
there.
I'm gonna cut Opal.
I would
Yeah.
like to put that out there.
What?
Ragavan stayed over Seaborn. I would like to put that out there. For all the world.
Seedborn better than Gamble. Oh boy. See, I don't like Gamble that much in this deck, but I don't hate it. It's like a 1 mana red
Seaborn
tutor.
greater than Ragavan.
Do we have Buried Alive in here, right?
No,
Nope.
we don't. Nope.
Can we can we just cut?
Do you want your face on camera?
Go ahead, put your face on
Okay.
camera.
Can we just? Hello.
If you can click
we
that,
just-
I would like to make that a meme, please.
Can we just cut Eldritch Evolution for
Whatever.
Buried Alive?
Here, I'm just gonna mute you now, Richie.
Thank you.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what we're Eldritch Evolutioning into beside. There's
Besides, like a bunch of seven drops
Bomberman.
and
So
Archon
there's only
and Nezahal.
there's Archon, there's Nezahal, and there's Bomberman, and there's
Gilded
Doom
Drake?
Whisper. Okay.
I'm just saying
Okay,
we can
whoa.
convert a dork
Whoa.
into Gilded Drake.
Well, I'm wrong. I was out of my lane. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay. Yeah.
Get back
I mean,
in my fucking lane. I
yeah,
get it. I hear
I
ya.
don't think we make enough mana in this deck.
Well, the idea is we don't have to make a lot of mana. We
Yo,
put things
while
into play for
we're
free.
still on force. All right. Here what we're gonna do here, boys and girls who are listening. If there is, wait! Don't click the button. Wait. We're playing a 5-drop. Do we keep both Fierce and Deflecting Sword?
Yeah, aren't we trying to power out Kenny real fast?
Are we? Are we trying to power the fighting?
I mean,
real
we're
fast?
playing goddamn Jeweled Lotus and Lion's Eye Diamond.
I
And
mean,
Mana Vault.
Listen, I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing. Are we trying to power the Fatty or are we trying to power Kenny? Because Fatty don't turn these two bad boys on. Kenny does.
I think so. I think Deflecting Swat's just insane, and I would play it regardless because it's so good with Kenrith. Like, I think it's just absolutely busted.
Okay. And
Pierce Guardianship, I'm a little bit. Pierce Guardianship, I'm a little bit. I mean, you could play Misdirection over Fierce, but I'm good with both. I like Flusterstorm in here. I think that's a card we're missing. Flusterstorm's always nice to have. Flusterstorm's like that nice stops what people are doing.
I think I like Shusher.
Oh my god.
Okay, Force Will's out. Vexing Shusher's in.
Oh, for real? I won that? Oh, shit. Go me.
I mean, this is your pile, not mine.
Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to divert it to, I'm not playing this. You Sean Powell.
So can I make a suggestion? If we're gonna cut,
Let me finish showing
Should we put Jetay in here? Jetay? Should we put some Jetay?
Play some Jetay. Some Kentucky Jetay.
Some Jetay. Put Stoneforge Mystic in so we can find our Jetay.
Tim, can you scroll up to the creatures?
Sure. I would love to.
Why don't we go ahead and cut colorless green dude and play Vexing Shusher over that then?
Colorless green. You want to call spinner?
Play Vexing Shusher over Spinner. Just some-
Shit.
I'm not living in this world that you're living in.
I
don't wanna-
no,
I
no.
don't.
You know
Your
what we do
world
though?
is Morrowind.
I think Sylvan Library goes.
Okay. No problem with Sylvan Library
Sean?
going.
I think we cut Sylvan.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I don't have a problem with Sylvan. I don't have a problem with Ristic Study going. But, like...
That to consider in.
I do have a problem with Force of Will going. I do think we have to get up to 22. I'm not opposed to playing... Like, I don't know why Flusterstorm, when I said that was
I'm going to
bad.
put Flusterstorm in. You know what we're not playing?
What?
Red
Dead Eye?
Blast, Pyroblast.
Ew, we're not interacting on the stack. Gross.
Nope.
No, but we...
interaction.
No Veil of
You
Summer.
know-
We don't have Veil of
Veil
Summer.
of Summer's... No, Veil
Ooh.
of Summer's really good. Veil of Summer we do need because it protects our creatures. Veil of Summer absolutely is a necessity. It's not, Veil of Summer and the other one might be better for us to play because they protect our creatures.
We don't have Silence.
Oh, we don't have silence? Ooh,
No.
We don't have grand, great, whatever shit.
Grand
called-
Arbiter.
No.
Grand
No,
Abolisher.
that's
No.
not Grand Abolisher. The one that tutors one drops.
Ranger
We're gonna go
Captain
grab-
Geos.
Ranger. We don't have Ranger. You don't want the double silence effect?
I like double silence effects, but find some cards to pull.
I actually like Ranger because you can sack Ranger and then you can reanimate it with Kerith. Like that's not terrible. Like that's pretty that's pretty good.
Start looking while I get silence.
Oh, I'd
Ooh,
cut
that's
Sentinel.
silence.
I'd cut Sentinel. I cut Destiny Spinner. I don't get your love with Destiny Spinner in this deck.
Why do you not like things getting countered?
Because I don't think anything's gonna get countered in here. Like I think it's instants
Sean
and
wants
sorceries, I think,
11
though.
fatties in this. I want like
Sean?
3.
Sean doesn't want 11 fatties in this. Richie wants 11 fatties.
Oh,
in this.
Richie
No,
wants
no,
11
no.
fatties. Sean wants 14 different combo lines. And
Oh.
wants to play
I want-
Evolution.
I want to play 14 different combo lines that make infinite mana.
I want
Uh-huh.
4 fatties. You want to know the fatties I want in here that I think are a necessity? I think
Sure.
Archon's a necessity. I think
Okay.
Hidespout Tyrant's a necessity.
Okay.
I think either a Villas or a Nezahal is a necessity. I'd cut one of those two. And I'd
Okay.
like to play Archon to give it a shot. And that's 4
and
fatties.
Void Winnower is your fourth.
Oh, Void Winnower would be, yeah. So Void Winnower would be my 5th, but I'd
So
like
back
to play
to my
Void Winnower. I
original
think it's
question. Villas or Nezzy?
Man, y'all some bitches. That's all I'm saying.
Let's go ahead and
Cut
I
Villas.
ain't choosing. If we're gonna cut that, that's between you two Caucasian people. I'm not choosing between my two friends. Nah, that's between you two. I'm not choosing.
Cut Villas and Nezzy. Cut them both.
Yeah, just play Niv Mizzet, get the best of both worlds. You draw a card and
I-
you ping it.
that's fine. I'm not voting on it.
I'd cut Villas. I don't know. So my thing is, you reanimate a Villas, then what? Like, I don't get Villas. Like, I've just never understood Villas. Like, I get it in combo decks. It's like
I'm
a
gonna
draw
be
8.
honest. I'm with Chad on this one. I'm not sold on the Void Winnower.
Oh,
I don't know. I've seen Void Winnower shut games down.
because of higher and that damn mid power deck.
I'm not saying you can't play it in your version. I'm saying on the list that we host up
Okay.
here.
I'd be cool if you wanted to cut Void Winnower. I think Void Winnower
No.
and Archon
No,
are probably
but-
replaceable, and I'd cut
I
one
don't
of those
agree.
two.
Like I would rather
But,
play
like-
Archon over Void Winnower because we can actually cast Archon.
I really like
I-
Void.
I like Archon early on.
I'm gonna
Okay.
if I'm gonna jump on a bandwagon here with Richie. I'm gonna jump with the Void.
Okay, we can't have more mana, more interaction, more fatties, more tutors.
Listen, take Take my damn Nezahal and Villas if you want. I don't say I'm not fighting on that, but I will fight for the void. Take my man, take my card draw. Take
You
it.
know what?
I don't
I'm gonna
care.
take careful study out.
Why? No, you gotta pitch your fatties. Tim, cut either
We
both.
have, I think we have two. We have two good ways to pitch fatties. So
Cut both. Either cut Villas and Nezahal. Cut both of them.
all right, I'm gonna. Tim, do we need to get to 20 blue cards for Force of Will?
I mean, I already
Like,
cut
is
Force
that-
of Will, so we don't need 20 blue
We
cards.
Do we want to get to
We don't
20
care about
blue
Force of
cards
Will
to play
because we
Force of
have
Will?
Destiny Spinner, we have Vexing Shusher, we've got
Oh no, I thought
Silence.
Spinner left. Spinner left.
I didn't get it, so.
I
I got-
look.
I got shit on that. So that will be played in only my list. In this list, I agree. Spinner should not be played.
Who's the Rakdos Sack dude?
Racto Sack dude.
Oh,
What's that?
Mayhem Devil.
Yeah, we already
Mayhem
have
Devil?
Oh, you wanna cut
Mayhem
me?
Devil's in. No, Mayhem Devil's in here because it's a clean way to deal with Dothy, and it's a clean way to deal with
Heard me talking.
what's it called?
It's a good way to hit people off the board. It also allows us to help do infinite stuff with like Dockside. So that way we
It
can
goes
kill our
infinite with
Dockside if we need
Dockside. Yeah.
So we're cutting
Excuse me.
Destiny Spinner. I would rather cut Vexing Shusher than Destiny Spinner.
Really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
Destiny
I like-
Spinner basically makes all the important things uncoverable anyway,
That's what I thought.
and we don't have to pump mana into it.
That's what I thought too. But
I
Richard
mean,
said Destiny
I
Spinner
like-
for scrubs.
I like
That's
them.
what Richard
Well,
said.
I don't hate either one. I don't want to cut the creature count down too
I'm gonna be
low
honest.
because
This deck is for
survival.
scrubs. That's why we're building it. It's for us.
All right.
No, take the
You know
Villas,
what?
take-
You know what, Tim? Tim, how many fatties can we have?
I would say 4, no more.
You want 4 fatties. All right. So
I think we can't afford to have
So
more than
we're
4
gonna-
fatties because we can't reliably bin them and get them back.
we're gonna make a little.
And it's
raise your
not to
hand.
say that those 4 are static. It's just you only get 4 at a time.
Archon of Valor's Reach. Do you want it in the deck? Yes or no?
I would the
I think
4
it's
I
really
would
good.
play. The 4 I would play are Archon, Doom Whisperer, Tidespout, and then either Villas or Nezahal. One of
He
the
can't
two.
choose either.
Ah,
He can't choose either. He can't choose either.
Me?
Richie,
Yeah.
what's your 4?
Oh, I would play. So, if we had to cut down to 4 fatties only, I would play Archon of Valor's Reach. I would play. Probably play Void Winnower over Doom Whisperer. I'd play Tidespout Tyrant.
So we're all
then-
agree on Tidespout Tyrant and Archon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I definitely think that I would play a Villas, as Villas is
So-
a discard outlet.
Okay. Phyllis
think
is not a
that's-
discard outlet. Phyllis is a draw out.
Or not Villas, excuse me. The Nezahal is the discard outlet. I would play Nezahal. My apologies. I would also play Nezahal because it's easier to cast.
And we can eat
Triple
into
black
it.
is very difficult. Yeah, you can EE into it. I don't think Villas, I don't understand the appeal of Villas. I see people put it in their decks. They draw
it's
8 with
good.
it, and I'm like, yeah, if you have Reanimate and you draw 8, or you have Life Death and you draw 8, it's fucking awesome. It's a 1
then-
mana draw 8 or 2
So what's
mana
your 4?
draw 8.
What's your 4, Sean?
I could have played 4.
How many would you play?
5 or 6.
All right, if you played 5, what would be your? Do you want to play?
Yeah.
Which of the following do you want to play?
So
Doom
the
Whisperer.
only one I would add to your guys' list, right? I agree with everything. With the Archon is free. Tide Sprout. I'm not a fan of Tide Sprout with our artifact count. I feel like we need to play more 0 drops to enable it. That's my reasoning for
There
Archon.
are no others. I mean, the only other 0 drop that's relatively playable is Mox Amber.
Exactly, and that's not really playable.
Right.
Like I guess Manifold. I guess we're playing Grim. So I guess Manifold, Grim, and Soaring and Crypt makes infinite mana. Sure, that's fine.
And so does
And then we
Opal.
can cycle. And so is Opal. I guess we
Right.
can cycle it into something else.
And then we filter it.
So
Yeah.
that's and then filter it. Sure.
And so
we're playing-
does Dockside. Dockside makes infinite mana too.
Yeah, so I guess it's Archon, Tide Sprout. I have to play both. I play Nezzy and Villas. And my fifth would be Void Widower.
So you would
So
play
just kind of-
Void Winnow over Doom Whisper.
I would play Void over Doom.
The only consideration with Doom Whisper is it's an engine that turns it's castable. It's an engine that turns our reanimation on, and it's an engine to bin
So
one of the
on
two
that
pieces for
aspect,
Oriok
yes.
salvagers. But I'm not. I want to try out Doom Whisper, but I don't want to play it in this deck too.
Doom Whisper is a better engine than Void Winnower. And if we're going for value, you play Doom Whisper.
So here's the thing, though. So if
I think the better card is Doom Whisper. The better card overall is Doom Whisper. The better stack pick is Void Winnower. Void Winnower buys us time to compete. Doom Whisperer doesn't.
So we're gonna do Archon, Void, Tide Spout for sure, and then you
Yes.
guys are saying run these three.
And then I think I'm the only one that chooses. So I think we cut Villas and keep Nezahal.
So we do Nezahal, Void Winnower, Archon, Tide Spout. Those are the four.
That would be the 4.
Richie?
Yeah, that's fine for 4.
No, I mean, is that agreement?
I'm actually with Sean. I'd like to play 5, and I would happily cut. And I would happily probably cut Void Winnower because I think it's redundant with Archon. But I'm fine. The only thing is, I like having one of those two as an option early on to grab.
Honestly, you want a slightly higher, like, so if we're gonna play Doom Whisper, we kind of want a slightly higher fatty count because you want to be able to mill into it. So if you only run 4 fatties, like,
Well, if we also just mill into a fucking Dockside Extortionist.
right?
Yeah,
it's
he's
just
just a great engine. And the engine part of it is what
okay.
matters.
So we're cutting Villas
Correct.
for
Just
now.
cut Void Winnower and call it a day. I'm being dead serious. Like, I think that the more I've thought about it, Void Winnower is probably just a redundant piece. It's one of my favorite fatties. The fact that it's non-legendary that you can grab.
No, I think it's worth testing, Richie. I really think it's worth
And here's the thing: they're going like, so that's the thing is you got to think of it as a package. Like Villas and Nezahal are better in different scenarios.
Correct.
Like Villas is better when you expect a lot of non-creature spells to get cast. Villas is not. Villas is better when there's a lot of when there's dudes on the ground.
They can kill the dudes to draw your cards.
Right.
If we're gonna cut do we want to cut life death, or no? I think
No, you keep all reanimation.
No.
okay.
So, no, we have Kenny for 1. 2, you play life death because of Razaketh.
Well, no, it's also just death to return something because we're not
It's
caring about our
death,
life
yeah.
total. You know, we don't actually care about our life total.
But we got Kenny that does it too.
But this does it for 2 mana.
Oh, you're saying Kenny does the reanimation so we can cut 1 reanimation?
Yeah, we can
that
cut
what
the
you're saying,
shittiest
Tim?
one because the main reason to run life death is because of the utility of both. We're also not on like the e-witness thing either.
Yeah.
Let's scroll down a little bit.
Another reason why you play life death was because of Villas.
Let's scroll down. I like life death. I like life death more. So I actually do think I like it more than animate dead, because to kill the creature you can just kill the animate dead, and I like animate dead. So the other one's necromancy, and that's an instant.
I would
speed
cut
reanimation
Dance of the
effect.
Dead before Animate Dead.
Yeah, I'm good cutting Dance of the Dead.
I couldn't either.
You
If
wouldn't
we're
cut
really looking for a cut, being honest, if we're really looking for a cut Mystic Gamora.
Why not cut Ristic City first?
Well, Mystic Study is a better draw. Like,
Really? We're gonna cut a 1-drop and leave in a 3 and a 4?
So
I
okay, sure. So Mystic Remore, you have to keep paying for on the upkeep. Eventually it dies, right? Eventually it dies. Mystic Study, you don't have to pay for the upkeep. People
True.
constantly have to pay for the tax if they don't want to give you the card. And it's just better card draw because every spell it triggers on versus
I
non
don't.
spell.
And
Tim, do me a favor.
what's up?
Like, let's just draw a hand. Don't cut anything. We're at 100. Let's just draw some hands.
Playtest. We got Animate Dead, Land, Vamp Tutor, Chromox. That's
Cool.
shit.
So turn one.
So wait. So what I'm saying is, would you keep? Well, this is where careful study is really good, but
So Bayou, Careful Study, Land, Fatty, Worldly Tutor, Fatty.
I have
like-
one suggestion. I want to cut Dance of the Dead, and I want to play that stupid Loyal Retainers.
Nope, Apprentice Necromancer.
She's so special.
Loyal Retainer only does legendary creature.
Okay. Yeah, Apprentice Necromancer's fine then.
Unless there's a better
But-
one, which
If we cut Dance of the Dead, there's no reason to play Destiny Spinner.
yeah, it's still a creature. We're replacing it with a creature. Actually, I would rather cut Life Death than play Apprentice Necromancer. We cut a reanimation spell that doesn't get protected by Destiny Spinner for one that does. Plus, Kenny can give it haste for an extra mana if we needed to.
So part of the reason I was saying draw some hands is, would any of these hands, would you keep them if you had a fish with the stack?
No.
Like, I'd keep this hand because Careful Study is really good. Like,
I
Careful
just
Study
wouldn't-
bidding the 2 fatties is what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess so. But I also wouldn't play Careful Study right off the bat. But this is a hand I would keep.
Why wouldn't you
just
play
would-
Careful Study?
Because I don't have a reanimation effect right off the bat.
That's why
I mean, sure,
we're
the
gonna fix
argument is
that
you
with
can
Worldly
draw
Tutor.
into one, but
I would play it just
I
because it
wanna
gets
reanimate it.
under Doom, or it gets under Dothy,
Whisper.
whatever.
oh, Dulcie, yeah, play because of Dulcie early. Sure.
I don't know too many people are playing Reanimate either anymore, so maybe they are.
That's true. Yeah, I like this hand. Go for another hand, Tim.
Oh, you want another
Yeah.
hand?
Yeah, just we want to keep going.
Land,
This hand,
land.
this
Unmarked Grave.
is turn 1 Entomb, turn 2 Reanimate.
Yeah.
Reanimate with a
a
Veil of Summer, like probably what you want.
Yeah, that's what you
What are
want.
what are we entombing?
Probably
Depends on
Archon
the pod.
or yeah, it's probably either Archon or way to draw cards early on.
If it's a fast pod, you go Archon or Homeboy. Eldrazi.
Void
or-
Winner.
Yeah, and that's where like they're a little bit redundant, but having one of them in your hand early to discard isn't the worst, and then reanimating, that's where like
Well, the deck is doing what it seems we build it to do. Go for another hand, Tim.
3 lands. Diabolic Intent. Training Grounds. Carrion Feeder. Gilded Drake.
This
So
hands
do we-
win if Darkside is. Actually, it's not that weak. Your hands win if you get a you steal an early commander with Gilded Drake, and you can get Darkside with Intent, and you have Training Grounds and Carrion Feeder to win. That hand isn't bad. It seems slow on paper, but it's not bad.
no, it's like turn 4.
Turn 4 could be faster. Oh, that's a risky one.
I mean, it's a turn 1.
Turn 1 survival.
Survival.
It's
It's
definitely a turn
to-
1. It's definitely a turn 1 survival, and then you're gonna go, and this is where like I really wish we had. I wish we had a way to reanimate, or like a spell seeker would be okay to go and grab reanimate maybe or something like that. Sometimes it's
never
nice to
thought
just
about that as Spellseeker. That's true.
I mean,
But
I
I
didn't
mean,
bring it up
this
because
hand gives you turn one survival. I guess you will
with
pitch the Destiny Spinner on
you
turn
would have
2,
to.
and then turn 3 reanimation. That is what this hand is saying.
Yeah.
Are you drawing to a tyrant? So that's even better.
Well, that's on turn 2. Drawing a tyrant. Pitch the tyrant.
So it's a turn 3 reanimation, which could be slow in some pods.
Oh, it's
You have a defensive. Like looking at this hand is like Fierce just seems bad because none of the hands we've drawn so far play early Kenrith.
yeah.
Because that's not the deck is not trying to power out a Kenny. And that's why I didn't really like a Fierce or a deflected swat in the deck.
I think SWAT's still fine, but Fierce I could see going.
How about we
I mean,
cut Fierce for like, what do we do? Miscast?
Miscast, misdirection.
Our blue
Swan
count's
Song.
too low for misdirection.
Okay, so Swan Song. Swan Song
Already got it
miscast.
in.
Fluster, miscast is fine.
Yeah. I think miscast is like the next best one CMC counter spell.
Sure.
Maybe spell
It's
snare
either
or pierce.
Dispel's up there too.
I mean,
Which
I would
spell?
run miscast over dispel
Really?
because it hits more stuff.
It's more stuff, sure, but it's just a hard counter for all the nods running around.
Whatever. Oh, this makes Nas cost 8.
A touche. All right, cool. Good argument.
It's almost as
Fuck
good.
it.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I would do
Solid
spell
argument.
pierce just because then we can hit more things. But
Solid
I'm not.
argument.
I'm not super on board. Either way. All right. So here's my suggestion. I think Life Death comes out, and I think Apprentice Necromancer goes in
Sean, it's about time to come stab Shia.
because we don't
Okay.
need life under pretty much any circumstance. And
May I suggest a spicy card that I know people don't
on barrel
play.
rights.
Didn't think about that. Where I'm doing this, bro. Exhume. Is that just too cute?
No, we don't do that. Not with all the Colleen and the Meeks running around.
But aren't we just reanimating faster anyways?
No. We're also reanimate. It's the same thing with people sack their dock sides to like reset them, and then they exhume them back.
Oh, okay. You're saying
Like play patterns. Like basically, we're like we're reanimating.
Sean,
that
turn your camera off.
Hold on, I'll fix it. Give me a second.
what happened? I didn't see anything.
Gotcha.
You're
covered.
good.
Gotcha.
There's a certain someone stripping in the background, Sean. I
I
wanted
got
to
it.
help
It's
you
covered,
out,
Sean.
boss.
It's covered.
Oh, it's a bathing suit. It's
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't
Well,
know
okay.
someone.
no. They
I
just said
st-
someone that had me naked. I'm like, what?
Well, we can
It's a
barely
female in a bikini. I don't know if
Well,
that's terrible.
I didn't know. I'm not.
All right.
You're
all right,
fine.
all right. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't
Okay,
even know what's going
so-
on in the background. But okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
So yours. That's my argument against exhume.
I don't like Exhume. I'm with you on that, Tim. I actually don't mind Life Death too much.
I just think Apprentice Necromancer is better on all the metrics.
If I was gonna cut Life Death, I would just play Mystical Tutor. And if you ask me why I want to play Mystical Tutor, it lets us go and grab the reanimation effect. It also lets us go and grab Show and Tell.
Are we not on Mystical Theater?
No, we're not.
No, we're not. I think
Oh,
we
then,
should be.
yeah,
It lets
okay.
us grab the or the removal effect. I think we should be on Mystical
Yeah.
Tutor.
So we
So
cut. So Life Death
Yeah.
is out. Mystical Tutor's in. What about Wishclaw Talisman instead?
no, Mystical Tutor's a little bit better. You can turn one Mystical Tutor, turn two Show and Tell. Maybe that's not
And
the
I don't
worst.
I don't want to give someone else a thingy.
Okay. Mystical
I
Tutors
really
in.
want to try Exhume. I'm gonna try it one of these days.
I mean, I'll put it in the considering so you don't forget about it.
Sure, thank you.
If I can fucking spell Exhume.
And then
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just
Pact
like
is
show and tell.
fun. Swan Song.
Like show and tell just always so good when I play it because nobody normally
mean,
has a permanent in
The
play.
problem with Exhume is that like it will like show and tell sure like people have a lot more things in their graveyard or they can play like there's more instant speed lines to kill off their dockside so that way they can buy them back.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree with what you're saying, Tim.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a good reanimation card.
It's not. It is. It's just you also have to think we're playing CDH and there's 3 opponents, not 1, and people have creatures that are more than Delver of Secrets.
It's kind of why I like playing that 3 mana silence dude.
I like him too. It was just like we're like at the point where like what do we like? We got to take something out to put it in.
I would play it over Esper Sentinel. I would play it over. I'd probably play it over
I don't even know
Destiny
we were on this
Spinner.
part.
I mean, we put it in like a half hour ago, like 2 hours ago.
I missed that part. My fault.
Did we take Esper out and put the Ranger in?
Ranger can just grab what? Noble Hierarch, Carrion Feeder, Deathrite Shaman.
What about
Ragavan.
Shisha?
Yeah,
Take Shisha
if
out?
you want.
Yeah, take Shisha out.
And replace it with Ranger. Keep in Esper Sentinel because it's a draw engine that we can tutor.
It's a draw engine that you can get it with Ranger. And let's not cut the Ranger targets if we want to play Ranger.
Ranger, Captain. This is how we make an almost playable deck.
I think we're past the point of it being like almost playable into very good. Like this isn't. If I showed up with this and I tuned it a little bit more, I wouldn't be super sad about playing this. Like, and the thing is, like, this is a reanimation strategy. No one's really messing around with this strategy outside of Kalia.
And
I've been trying to make Reanimator a thing for a very long time.
And like we get access to Archon. Like every Stacks player who I've talked with, all the devoted Blood Pod players, have told me Archon's pretty busted and good. I mean, like
I've been preaching Archon for 2 years. Plus.
So here's what I want in this deck. I want 1 card. Because at the end of the day, this is a mid-range deck, right? We can all agree with this. Muse? No, a definite silence.
We don't.
It slows down the game. We have to buy time.
Tidespout Tyrant, my dude.
I don't like Deafening Silence at all in this deck.
Okay.
So here's the problem. You either A, have to play a spell to pitch the Tyrant, or B, you have to play a spell to reanimate the Tyrant.
Okay, sure.
And oftentimes, sure, some of the amount of the time it can be Kenny, but most of the time you're going to have to play a spell to do one or the other. Then you can't then you're hard up to play another spell to trigger the Tyrant to bounce the Deafening Silence. And once you bounce the Deafening Silence, you've just unlocked everybody anyway.
Yeah, but when you bounce the Deafening Silence, you're winning, right? Because they have a Tyrant in play?
Not if you've unlocked everybody necessarily. Like
if you unlock people, they're going to go over the top of you at that point.
Or they just interact.
No, okay. For the interacting part, I agree with. But I'm
like I'd rather just have another silence effect and lock everybody out.
You also have Bomberman in this deck. Like you have ways to win.
2 of your win con lines involve you casting a non-creature spell over and over again.
Yeah, we're not. This isn't like Sisay where we're activating Sisay, putting pieces into play and playing around.
And not all your combos are creature based, so you don't play under the Deafening Silence.
Okay, sure. I mean, those are good arguments. That's fine. I just since you guys don't really play these type of decks, I kind of do. The problem with these decks are your great are unbeatable in the mid to late game.
Right.
The problem with it is you have to make it to the mid to
Mid
late
or
game.
late game.
And that's where I was like, you probably need Force of Negation. We probably need Force of Will. We probably need, like,
Or
cheap
you can
interaction
just,
to get there.
or you
And maybe
could
we
just play
slow the deck
permanent.
down. I was going to say,
Or
maybe
we
we
could-
slow the deck down a turn or two.
I mean, doesn't Void Winner and Archon serve as that?
So yeah, so that's the thing. So you just have
Yeah.
in those fast pods, you're just trying to get the Archon early, right?
Right. Yeah. I
And
mean,
early
that's your
is
answer.
turn 1, turn 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Early-
if you get
Early Archon, early Void Winnower, turn 2 Ranger. Like, those are things that just, start
Yes.
snowballing out of control. I mean, you can also, if you really wanted to and we need to cut something, we could probably cut Mayhem Devil, even though I'm not the biggest. I like Mayhem Devil. I think it serves a good purpose, but, we're getting to the point where, like, if we have to start making cuts, Mayhem Devil is one of them. The one thing I do want to notice is I don't want to cut so many cards that it's just terrible to play Survival.
Yeah,
I think
I
we're fine. We're still at 22 creatures.
Yeah,
I wish we had.
for survival.
I wish we had a way to reanimate off of Survival, and that's where, like,
All right. Hear me out.
And
Gamble,
that would be where
Gamble?
Team Apprentice Necromancer comes.
Gamble goes. Apprentice Necromancer comes in.
I'm fine with that. We can either do that or we can play the Priest. I think the priest is better than Necromancer.
Oh, the white black priest.
What does that do?
What's
its name?
I don't remember the name. It reanimates
Priest.
something when you suck it.
Modern Horizons.
Oh, it's a new
2.
card.
Let me go pull it up. It is Priest of Fell Rites. Tap, pay 3 life, sacrifice. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this as a sorcery. It's white-black. Then it has Unearth. 3 white-black.
Done.
Oh, so it's a double time effect, yeah.
And it doesn't exile it or sack it at end of turn,
Correct.
which a reasonable amount of our reanimation targets want to stick around, which Necromancer does not do.
And we can also give it haste with Kerith. We
can also
literally
give it
do
haste
not
on
need the
it.
5 mana at that point.
But we
It's
have
a
that
pretty
option.
good. So, like, this list does what it needs to do. Like, we played some hands, we played some test hands. It didn't look bad. It wasn't like it was.
I think we're actually
You know.
playing more counter spells than Razakats.
Yeah.
They get access to deflecting swat, or they get access to
Fierce.
Pierce because of cheaper commanders, but
Yeah,
you know.
Sorry. And maybe Opal doesn't need to be in the list, but I'd like to keep it in at least as a free cantrip or a free bot.
Tyrant. Yeah.
Yeah, free spell for Tyrant. Okay. Last thing we need to discuss.
Hold on. Hot take. What if we change Opal for Roger?
The
Rograk?
0 mana dude.
And then do what?
I mean, I'm just saying. It's just another Tyrant target, is what I was saying. Another way to play a 0-drop to bounce something. It starts with Tyrant.
I think Opal's better because it at least can make mana some of the time.
some of the time.
Well,
You don't need it
between
to-
the treasures
I'm not
and
I
all
was-
the
yeah, I
rock.
was just saying, yeah, it has better to make mana more redundantly. I was just thinking Roger
And it's
is
not our commander, so it doesn't turn on the SWAT for us either. You know what I mean?
right, but because you have all the survival and creature keepers. It was just a suggestion. That's all it was.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if we
We
were
might-
running like Springleaf Drum and
No,
So we
then
might
that's
get-
better in the command zone.
yeah,
We might get to the point, by the way, I just want to point this out. We might get to the point where we realize that playing Tidespout's probably like
Bad.
yeah, we don't need it because like so you can't ever bounce Mox Diamond. You can bounce
No.
Chrome Mox, but you can never make mana off of Chrome Mox. You'll
Correct.
be able to make it a couple times. So then you're kind of stuck with Mana Vault.
I mean, we're playing
You're
every
s-
mana positive. A lot of what you do is you wind up
yeah.
playing the mana positive rocks over and over again, and then filtering it into like Arcane Signet Fellware Stone.
It's like the Teamer polylines.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know, the thing that's a little bit worse for us is I was just
We got-
looking to see what we even have.
Alright. So I got Coliseum in because we're actually Reanimator deck, so we have good utility for it.
Yeah.
Our spread's actually pretty good. I might wind up cutting the plateau for an additional like land that makes black and green.
They have Rog.
So it looks like we need an undergrowth stadium over versus a plateau.
Right.
So that goes to considering overgrown. Let's see how that does. That shores us up a little bit. We're still a little soft on our blend.
So I think some things that are a little bit bad in this deck. By the way, this hand I'd keep. This hand's great. This is probably what, a turn 2.
I don't know. Can't see it.
I know.
We went pretty deep on the polyline. I think that the polyline is probably something that's going to get cut, but I want to keep it.
For
But
now.
you know, when you're playing, keep in consideration the polyline because we don't have Rog to bounce back a 0 mana rock,
Exactly.
so we can't go positive, and we don't have, you know, we're not playing Poly Tyrant or not Poly Urza Poly whatever. We're not
Sure,
playing
and
Poly
we're not
Urza.
on keen on Poly. I mean, I hear all the arguments for it, but as Tim was saying, that we also do play enough mana positive rocks for it to get there. Also, so I think it's good enough for now.
I mean, bouncing
the
an
only
LED
thing
or a Lotus Petal over and over again to convert a Soul Ring into colorless mana. And,
Yeah, no, I think it's good enough for now. I really do.
My problem is we make infinite colorless and then we don't really do anything with it. That's the feels real bad.
Well,
Sure, if you don't have a way to
But-
filter the infinite colorless, like you
Sean, can
have
you come stab her real quick?
you have to do something else with it.
But I'm not gonna harp on this too much. But like this was a really good brew session. Like we got a lot done.
yeah.
But we also kind of identified like some pitfalls that people have when they build decks.
Yeah.
Like
We did.
and I think that's fine.
I think that is, and I also think that like we've gone over some of the possible like pivots and some of the possible like alternative like situations. Like maybe the tyrant's not the thing. Maybe we do something else. Blah blah blah. Yada
Right.
yada yada. You know what I mean? So
Yada yada bang bang.
so I think
Maybe-
this is probably a wrap.
Yep. There are a couple of things I wanted to include in here, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Not a couple of weeks from now, maybe next week. Depends on how I'm viewing. Depends on Timmy. We're gonna be back, trying to find a third person, brew some goblins, CDH goblins. No one really. I don't think anyone's really explored that archetype. There's a Pro Tour deck from 2000. Sean, do you want to? Oh, I'm not sure. Sean's doing some stuff.
No, I'm here.
But there's
I'm here. Hold on.
there's an archetype from 2006, and it's kind of making a comeback in modern. It's Dirty Kitty, which is it's a way that you sack a bunch of goblins, make a lot of
Jund
mana.
goblins.
Yeah, Jund goblins. We were looking at that as with Corval, but we might pivot. So we're looking into that, and if you guys have any strategies that are kind of underexplored in CEDH, we'd love to brew them. I mean, like,
Yeah, I feel like
we literally
some
just
spice.
spent. Yeah, like I'm good. I will, if you want to hop on over to the Budget Brews. I think that there's a Budgetless channel. Tim? Is that right?
There probably will be soon, as we get the website a little more developed.
Yeah. I'll check in there. I mean, some of you guys are from the Nexus. If you want to jump in there with some of your budget lists, or not, it doesn't have to be budget. Like, budgets, whatever.
I'm always willing to talk budgetless lists, especially like something like this where it's like basically my only requirement is like something like this would just be non-CDH optimization, essentially. Like this isn't ostensibly a strict CDH list, but it is a high power list that we're trying to do some optimization on. Maybe it hits, I'm pretty loose about that with that garment, I guess you could say. But
if you wanted to push this more towards CDH, I think you'd start looking at Underworld or World Gorger Dragon and something along those lines.
Underworld Breach and Oracle, and you start looking at those kinds of things and things to enable it. Maybe
that's true. We could just change Taskpro to World Gorger and it just becomes better.
It does become better, but like it also requires us then to look at the mana base, look at the rocks, redo the rocks. Like we're not on Mox Opal, we're not on a couple of other things. It would make the deck better. It probably run smoother, but it would also be this is what I'm doing with this deck. I'm no longer doing XYZ. I'm no longer going and trying to stop the early game. I'm just gonna World Gorger and win,
Yeah, and hope to get there. All right.
Yeah.
I think this is a solid list. We can, whoever plays it, I know I will be definitely putting this list together and trying it. If you want to see it in play, come see me at whatever multiple Discords I'm at.
Yep.
Do we want to do the plugs?
Let's do some plugs.
All
right. Sean, you care to do it, or you want me to?
Sure, I'll do it. You can find us on here where we're streaming at right now at Twitch at CDH Budget Brews. You can find us on YouTube on the same link on the CDH Budget Brews. You can find us on the Discord where Tim will post the link in this descriptions. If you like the content that we make, please help us in the Patreon on the CDH Budget Brews. And we'll be here. We have some things planning in the future. Cross our fingers for that. And
we might see a return of Shirtless Sean, aka me and Sean might be doing the booth.
Streaming our recording sessions more regularly. The schedule won't necessarily be set at this point, and there might be a budget tournament in the works down the road here in the next few
Yes. So, I didn't know if we wanted to reveal the budget, but we're definitely doing the budget tournaments, and we know how the community loves tournaments.
Yeah.
And I think playing budget decks is the budget decks in this budget decks are fun to play. I know we posted one video so far of a budget game, and if you want to watch it, check that out on YouTube. But that was a whole lot of fun. I was playing Omnas, but there wasn't any recorded video on Omnas. But it's definitely fun. Yeah, it just got scrapped. But definitely help us. That just kind of show this enough where we're new, we're upcoming, and if we to get these things off the ground, like better content and better get these tournaments off the ground, please help us in the Patreon. And whenever we get I don't know the word, where we can get bits on Twitch. Help us
we hit monetization on Twitch and
monetization.
YouTube, those things can help kind of get filtered back into community and better production quality overall.
And share a friend, tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tell your friend to come watch us. That's the only way we can get more viewers.
I'm with you, Josh. I think there will be a lot more hoops to jump through, and it would be a little more. I think it'll at least be interesting at this point. So, all right, guys. Thanks a lot for coming out. Thanks a lot for watching. And everybody have a good night. Let's try to find. Is there anybody to raid?
I think we might be the last ones on.
No. Let's raid the reflecting pool.
Oh yeah, they're still doing their every commander has partner. stream.
We are raiding. What? Try again later. Why didn't it let me raid?
Oh,
Oh,
alright.
it's not letting me. But all right, guys, have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.